Hey everybody, welcome to the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. My name is Tad Kilgore. I am your DM today. And welcome aboard. Good to see everybody. So this year is the 50th anniversary of Blackmoor. Started in 1971. And you know, when you go and you talk to all the folks that
Hey
were
everybody,
involved in it
welcome to
originally,
the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor.
my name is Tad Kilgore.
They're
I
going
am
to
your
tell you
DM
different
today.
things as to
And welcome aboard. Good to see
when it
everybody.
started.
So this year is the 50th anniversary of Blackmoor. Started in 1971. And you know, when you go and you talk to all the folks that
Hey
were
everybody,
involved in it, they're going to tell you different times about when it started and who was playing what when, and all that sort of fun stuff. But in general, you know, it's sometime between December of 2020 and April of, uh, let's see, 2021. We hit the 50th anniversary because they were getting together at Dave's house, and they were playing Chainmail and a bunch of other games. And Dave said, "Hey, I got an idea. Why don't we do this?" And he started to tell a story using the Chainmail rules. And then Gary Gygax and other folks joined into that, and the two of them started a business, and that's how we end up with Dungeons and Dragons. So 50 years ago, here we are. So we'll be talking about that off and on. I'm going to do a couple other streams with people and talk a little bit about the history from sort of our perspective, working with Dave at 3.0 and 3.5 and what that felt like and what that looked like. And we'll also be playing our game. Now, if you look at the cast of characters over here on the left, you can see that the egg of Coot has possessed Delbert. So actually, you can see that Tim is sitting in for Jimmy today. Jimmy had a sort of last minute obligation he had to fulfill, and I didn't want to disrupt the stream for us. And I really didn't have. Because it was last minute this morning, I really didn't have something prepared for a flashback. I've done some work on a really interesting flashback for Penny, but that's not completely ready yet. So Tim will be sitting in for Delbert today, and that will be a good time. So, you know, I think everybody out in the stream is familiar with my table rules, but I'm going to restate them again once more. This gets recorded, it gets watched on Facebook archivally, and it also gets watched on YouTube also. So, how do we handle a few things? Well, first thing is being in character. For the most part, we all try to be in character and be our characters responding to our physical environment and each other and to the NPCs as much as we possibly can. Now, this is a game, and we're all nerds. And not everyone here, besides myself, has had training as an actor. So sometimes that doesn't happen, but for the most part, we try and respond to the things that happen in front of us and to us as if we were physically there. And that means that the NPCs are also responding in the same way. So if you have a conversation in front of them about tactics to defeat them, whether that's in a social negotiation or combat, they're going to hear that, and they're going to respond to that in a very specific way. That's the first thing. Second thing is we use Fantasy Grounds, and Fantasy Grounds has a mechanic called the Dice Tower. And what happens in the Dice Tower is you can drop your die rolls down into the Dice Tower, and they are anonymous. You don't see what you've rolled. And we do that for all our skill checks, and sometimes other rolls, but for all our skill checks. And why do we do that? Well, you know, if you're doing an investigation check or a perception check or a persuasion check, and you roll very poorly, then you're going to automatically know that your roll was bad. And what we do when you roll it anonymously in the tower is I describe the results to you. So I describe what you see, I describe what you hear, I describe how the NPC responds to you, either through their words or through a physical description. And that becomes what you respond to, not the mechanics of the roll, and that helps us all role play more effectively. So we do those two things. So those are the two kind of things that I do. And we'll give you a brief recap. Then we're going to drop in, give the players a chance to talk about what they're looking forward to today and what their plans are for their characters. And then we'll get right into it. So our players have been exploring the dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. They've been descending down into dungeons. They've been back up in Blackmoor City. They've been dealing with the sort of interconnectivity of the two. And they've discovered that Egg of Coot has some involvement. And they found the egg's presence in the city above and definitely awareness of what's going below. One of our characters, Idris, was actually captured at one point by the Egg of Coot and rescued by his compatriots. So the players have been figuring out steadily what's going on. And sort of the tension for them is they're down in a dungeon, they figure things out, they start to answer a whole bunch of questions that they sort of learned from when they were above the last time. And then they reach a point where they want to go back up to the surface, process what they've got, understand the information that they've got, and descend back down. So the players are on their third, I think, descent back into the depths of the dungeon. And this last time down, they established a base camp in sort of a new area. They've made an ally of the Arania, which are some spider folk that they've met here. But they've also started to settle into, and you can see on the map, sort of a workshop that's sort of a shrine almost to arcane science, where constructs have been made from what they can tell and fabricated. So the players have started to use this as a base of operations as they explore the second level. And what they've stumbled into is literally armed combat between a large band of orcs that they think are associated with King Funk based on some of the sigils and stuff they've seen on the armor, a group of undead that seem to be led by Gas and had a chain devil leading them at one point, although they're able to defeat that opponent, and then Ratman, rat folk, large, vast number of them, and they've been engaged in skirmishes and fights with them individually and simultaneously. And so today, the players had been attempting to move back into an area of the dungeon where the undead were, and they ran into literal battle going on between some rat folks who are trying to get away from a swarm of ghast and ghouls, and the ghast and ghouls themselves, and managed to defeat everyone associated with that attack, but burned some resources, so they had pulled back to take a short rest, and they were going to determine what they were doing next. And on the map here, you can see our compatriots here in this storage room, taking that short break. And with that, I'm going to hop over and we'll start at the bottom and run up to Tim. Idris, PJ, why don't you talk a little bit about what's going on for Idris and what you want to accomplish for your character today and what your concerns are?
Sure. Wow, this is different. Idris is currently dealing with a user interface error. He's trying to figure out how to make himself work. But right now, I think he's been down here. He's been in a lot of fights, and on his mind actually is what's going on up top. So he's been putting out the vibes through his mind of what he wants to see when he gets back up. Because he's got a wedding he's got to deal with. He's got another lady he's got to deal with. You know, he's got a lot of stuff that has to happen up there. That's probably a whole lot less deadly than what's going on down here. So he's kind of wondering, like, yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. He did enjoy the hostile negotiations that he and Penny engaged in. But he's kind of realizing, like, this is a really big level. And there's a lot of things in here that he would like to get out of here and make use of up top. Is what he's thinking of right now.
Understood. So, Penny, Matt, would you like to talk about what Penny's seeing, what Penny's interests are this session?
Penny would like to get past one room this session, because last session, that was a struggle. I mean, I think Penny's also realizing how horribly infested this place is, and the sheer volume of bad stuff in here that we need to push through in order to continue moving forward. And it's clearly a lot, because Penny is no mathematician, but we've killed a lot of creepy crawly things, and they just keep coming. So
excellent. Jen, would you like to talk about what point Jenna Bink's at, what she's thinking?
Jenna Bink had a lovely nap, and she's thinking, I have a tool. So she's incredibly happy about that, and she's also, every time we come back to the workshop, it's like, well, can I just stay in the workshop? I just want to stay in the workshop, and Penny seems to somehow drag Jenna Bink out from her nice, cozy research station to go kill things because Idris has found things to kill.
So what does Jenna Bink want to accomplish then today?
Accomplishing? Who knows? I mean, hopefully staying alive. and hopefully keeping Catapult alive a little better.
Right.
Right now, most of her research is battle oriented to see if she can have Catapult last more than 2 rounds in a combat.
Understood. So, Tim, you're sitting in for Delbert today. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and what you think Delbert's looking for today?
Well, it's Delbert Galen, Wizard of the Cabal. I was not expecting to be sitting in today until a couple hours ago when, surprise, so here I am. Jimmy, if I get your character killed, I'm so very sorry. It's not my fault. But honestly, I think that Delbert has a couple competing motivations. One, I want to be here to help my friends. I want to be here to help out the party and do whatever I can to be useful here, whether that's dropping fireballs on enemies or if we get back to the workshop doing some ritual work with Airforge and Unseen Servant so that Genebink can make more cool stuff. As well as pulls out the photograph of the little pocket portrait of Jessup. Man, I miss home. So a little bit of that too. And that's kind of where I think he's at, is just let's get through this so we can go home and figure out what's going on at home.
Excellent. All right. So you had just finished a, let's see, did we do a short rest or a long rest? Remind me. Short rest, yeah. And that allowed Genebink, as she just pointed out, to attune her new item to her. So what do y'all want to do after this short rest?
I would like to get some more research. I mean, we're back in my workshop. Why don't I get some more research done while we're here? I can build some things. I mean, out there we haven't found. Oh wait, Penny, you did mention a forge, didn't you?
Yeah, there's like a forge down by there that looked like it had weird, interesting mechanical, arcane science things, but it's surrounded by undead. We need to secure that area before you can take an in-depth time to study and research it.
Yeah, I would like that. So I vote heading back in that direction as much as I'd like to stay here in my workshop.
Which way is that? South, you said?
Southwest.
Southwest.
Yeah, remember Delbert where we found the chain devil?
Oh, the chain locker.
Delbert's eyes look bluer than normal.
Yeah, they're like a real shiny blue today.
I have
Just curious.
no idea what you may be referring to, my friend.
All right.
Well, if we do go to the Undead, there are several rooms that we did not explore along the way on that path that we probably should take a look at.
So I guess we're heading in that direction. Penny, are you going to do that thing that you make sure there's nothing in the immediate vicinity that's not going to kill us, at least prior to Idris, messing that up entirely?
Yeah, I can try and do that. Before Idris starts like running around and screaming at the top of his lungs for no apparent reason.
I'd like to point out that I have not been the one that has been making loud noises and incurring wrath.
I seem to remember something exploding and making a lot of noise and ruining someone's gear. That was pretty loud.
But that was well before you tried to negotiate and fail with some rat folk that were being chased by the undead. And I will freely admit that negotiating with the undead is probably a lost cause, but you certainly did not make much progress with the rat folk.
If I remember correctly, Penny did shoot them.
Also true.
There is that.
Quickfoot says, yeah, in the face. In the face.
he was talking about how there was like many of them and there was nothing we could do about it and blah blah blah. So I figured
it was a good call. It wasn't like you froze in the middle of combat, Penny. I mean, nobody here did that, right? Right?
I figured just what's one less,
So, what would you like to do then?
I understand, Idris. You can't freeze in the middle of combat when you decide to run off into the middle of the next combat before the first one is finished.
Oh, I didn't go anywhere. That combat came to me.
I'm going to start assembling my stuff, and I'm going to head toward the. I think I'm going to head toward the longer hallway, not the secret door hallway, but the longer hallway, and assume that other people are following me.
So, are you heading down? Okay.
That way.
All right, Jedabink, when you step out into that room, go ahead and give me a perception check.
So, should I be making a perception check, or should you just be using my passive?
If I tell you to make a perception check, your passive can't pick it up.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Because, if I'm not paying attention. Yeah.
So you're telling us there's a chance.
You step out and you look up, all right, and you see just the slightest motion on the edge of your vision as you look up. And you could see that there's an ettercap up on the ceiling. And it notices that, it notices that you've sort of lifted your head to spot it. And it goes along the ceiling and hits the wall and comes down along the wall.
Okay, I do not know. I can barely keep up with normal bipedal social interactions. So I'm just going to kind of point at it so Penny and the rest of them see it, and I'm going to keep walking.
Once you step out and you see it, it doesn't attempt to hide itself at all. It moves directly down, moves in your line of sight rapidly, doesn't try and hide, goes directly down to the wall, gets to the bottom of the wall, and comes out onto the floor. And when it comes out onto the floor, it drops down, so it's prone. And directly in front of Jedabink, and Penny, I guess, was close to her, directly in front of Jedabink, puts its head on its claws, and it clicks something.
I don't speak click. Do you, Jedabink? I don't know what that means.
I also do not speak the language of the ettercaps. Idris, is that something that you seem to have increased abilities to understand things?
Oh, that's what happens when you take the time to study the unusual, Jedabink. And I asked Shia, hey, do you understand this?
It takes a piece of chalk out of a belt purse that it has, and it's belt purse is high up on its thorax, right up here. So it's got a big round abdomen, all right, small upper torso. That kind of looks like a spider's. It's got those eyes, the jaws. It's upper appendages are almost like your hands, a little bit more twisted, right? But it reaches down into its purse and it pulls out what looks like a piece of chalk, and it starts to write on the floor in front of itself.
Oh, I got this. 15 words, 37 syllables. Let's go. Thank you. We also send our greetings. Oh, is that an actual new language on my character?
Yes, I've created a skill called a language called.
Pimp.
I thought you would like that.
Yeah, nice. Now, if all I can do is find a pipe for that, that'd be great. All right. Idris is sitting there reading it. Oh. Interesting. We have been presented with... Wait. Back up. are all the rat folk in their walls, which means their walls are severely undefended. I got you. Oh, when you say there, you mean there, not there. Gotcha. Okay. How many are in the city? And I don't know if you can hear the music in the background, but it is making this severely entertaining for me hearing that carnival music while I ask these questions. No disrespect, but is that thousands because of your compound eye or actual thousands? Oh, understood. My apologies. Quick question. I was a little slow on the uptake there. I apologize.
So what you're watching is it's leaning on one hand, right? And it's looking up at him, and it's scurrying around him and scurrying around Genebink, and it's making these squiggles, all right? You have no idea even what this alphabet is, all right? It's making these squiggles, and it asks a question, and it goes click, 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 and it goes. And at one point, it slaps its chest, and it says, Pat slaps its chest, and you hear it say something when it does that, just kind of like, "Kikate, kikate." All right, almost like it's...
Kikate, Idris. Kikate, Genebink. Kikate, Delbert. Kikate, Penny.
Idris, da bink, 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 pni, bink, Idris, mate.
Oh, for this one, you could try Debert if that's easier.
And it scribbles on the floor. It goes,
This does give me some hope that I could install a voice box into Catapult someday. It's very fascinating how the mandibles of the Ettercap kind of do the thing with the clicks, but he's approximating common speech.
Which one? And I point to myself and I point to Delbert.
You would probably have to build like something to keep the clicky box from like getting destroyed, because Catapult seems to block attacks with its face normally.
We'd like to let her think that, but I already belong to 3 other women, so.
What is? Wait, hold on. What is the Ettercap saying?
Okay, so it's actually a fascinating story. Apparently, we've totally disrupted the power dynamics of this floor. I mean, like we're the Afridi and everybody here's the Duchy of 10, effectively. The ghouls are in retreat, fallen back to their lair. The rat folk are boarded up within their walls. Apparently, there's thousands of them. I thought there was a translation issue because of all the eyes they have, but they are counting all the little individual rats in the swarms as well, it sounds like. So, lots of rats. The only ones we haven't subjugated yet are the orcs, which apparently are pretty strong. And the question I was going to ask next to this great intermediary from She was if the undead have any holdings north of the room where the being with the chains were. Or if that is exclusively controlled by their people, by She. And to think I was going to give up this power. Ugh. Oh, my bad. Hang on. I scrolled away from the conversation. Is it still going? Oh, my bad. Sorry. I missed like a whole bunch of conversations here. Let me catch up. They hold all the spaces behind the sealed doors. Oh, okay. That's not good. Some they sealed, some the rat sealed, which we broke. We apologize. Didn't know. Our bad. Do you guys happen to know what's in those rooms or what those rooms were used for? And Jennifer, I'll ask you: have you been making a map of the dungeon, or has anyone on the team?
I have been. I've been taking notes on many of the phenomenon that we've uncovered, including the symbols. And while out of character, Jen has not been making a map. I can only imagine Jennifer would be making a map with her copious notes. I just haven't felt the need because fantasy grounds.
No, I got you. Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna lay out the maps that Jennifer kind of drew, and I'm just gonna are untouched. Oh, some places are untouched. Okay, so I'm gonna point to some places on the map when we talk about the sealed areas. So when we're talking about these sealed areas, we're talking about this stuff up here.
No, just ignore the lines that say that Idris is an idiot when you're looking at the maps. They're embedded within my notes. I meant that more as a code word. It's more of like a pet name. Yeah.
It finds that amusing somehow.
I hope you didn't write anything in code because I'm like a code breaker extraordinaire.
I did, but you only care about the maps right now, right? And she hides a few of the several pages that don't have any drawings on them.
So this thing is...
Oh, I didn't know if you saw the pointer I put on there.
Bipedal right now, all right? It's prone. It's not standing up. And you've seen them stand up. It's acting more like a spider than necessarily the other cat that you're used to seeing that is erect and sort of moves like this, right? So it's crawling around you all. So it spins around. And Quickfoot is up on Delbert's shoulder. It's just like, no, all right? But in some ways, as you're watching it, it's almost feline in terms of how it responds. You know how like a cat will rub the side of its face against you and try and mark you?
Right.
All right. It's doing a little bit of that. That's almost the closest behavior that you can see. Penny, you were actually trained in survival?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a survival check for me.
Okay.
Yeah, Penny, it's responding to you. Definitely, there's the animal part of it that's manifesting itself. You are dominant as far as it's concerned, and you're seeing it behave like you are the equivalent of an alpha, all right, or a queen in like a pod of cats, or an alpha, a wolf, or a male or female in a group of wolves. So it's definitely treating you like you are above it structurally. So you had another question for it?
Well, it was, so the question was like on the maps, like when they're talking about what they sealed, we're talking about the webbed areas, like up where the mushrooms were. The stuff on the other side of that is the sealed off area.
Right, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just let me know when
it stands up and it taps its chest. And it points to what it's written. What'd you ask, Albert?
Just let me know when that casting that I mentioned in the screen there takes effect.
Oh, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, it does. I didn't see you do it. All right, so Idris, you guys can see that Delbert's preparing to be able to do the same thing that you're doing. And what I'm going to do at that point, because we have two people in the party to relay, is I'm going to step away from it. But what we can do moving forward, Idris, is anytime you're using your comprehend languages and fertile sight, we've got a way to do it. Okay? So, all right. You're muted, Idris.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
All right. So you see the last thing that it writes is it says some spaces are as untouched, and you can just go through and read everything that has been written so far. All right. And basically, he's truly transcribed things to you. All right. One of the things that it does says, it says when the men of Blackmoor held these floors, they were prisons and residences. Now they're wrecked, but some spaces are untouched. And these areas that Idris was pointing to, it says these are pools that are filled with webs and guarded by our children.
Ah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was basically asking because he said that they had gone to their respective layers. I was curious, since we were thinking of going to the Undead, maybe this is a chance to see, since they're in their lair down at the bottom, what potentially is to the north of that area that they sealed if there's less stuff there.
I'm going to speak using his voice, and what you're getting is you're getting the syntax that he writes in. All right, so to give you an idea how he writes, and he says he writes as you're asking him about the other areas. He goes, "There are rooms for the old jailers. There are more cells. There are broken areas where things were kept, places were kept, barracks were. There is a place where humans fed together and stored food. These are the things that are left. So there was the keeper of the prisons dwelled within here. And we and the rats separately, when the undead came and came and came and came, we and the undead sealed them. And I'm assuming some written back and forth between you guys. All right? Or you can ask him a question and he writes it out.
Have the spiders been in the other, I don't want to say aggressors, but in the other creatures' areas?
So,
Do you know the layout or the rough layout?
we, and he says, they are wise to us and us to them. You will see many, many rats in our webs. So, and they take torches to us when they find them. And he says, one child is the mind of a child. Many children can be spoken, but when a mass of children reach a point where they can see, and they can be a threat, then they are killed. And go ahead and make, Delbert, you're looking at this. Idris, you can too, but go ahead and make a Arcana check as he's describing that to you.
Okay.
Did you say Genebink as well?
You can, Jen, but yeah, okay. All right, so Delbert, what you're getting is what he's talking about is they have to be at like the level of a swarm for them to be able to collect information, and as soon as they form a swarm, the rats know what they're seeing, right? Genebink, you'd be behind the loop as they were talking about it. They'd have to tell you. So if they didn't make their initial roll, I'd have you make a roll.
That's fine.
That's kind of what you're getting from them. All right.
So the rats are kind of trying to almost manage the spiders' numbers.
And he writes one big sigil. All right. And as he's writing it, you and Idris are looking at it, and it means war, but it also means genocide, and it also means feeding. All right. So when you guys are asking him what's going on between the two of them, he makes this symbol, and it means war, kill them all, eat them. All
Now
right.
you say a sigil. Do these sigils look anything like the sigils that are attached to names?
No. What it is it's more of a Chinese character than it is a written string of concepts like we do it. All right. And as you're looking at it now, and you guys have been looking down to it, the way these things think is they think cryptographically. They think in terms of symbols, right? And it's not really writing, these spaces are ours. That's a translation. And that word didn't have a clear translation. You knew that there were all these subtle meanings around it, and that's what you saw. So the easiest translation is war, but it's not war like y'all have war. It's war about killing and eating and destroying your enemies. And that's the state it sees between the two of them. And it looks at Idris and it goes, and it writes something. And what it writes, when you ask it, how do you know the layout? He goes, she can use her magics and send forth her eyes to look upon things. But this is sometimes noticed.
Okay. Yeah, I was curious, like, if they held other areas and then got pushed out of places we hadn't been.
Jenna Bink and Delbert, go ahead and drop Arcana rolls for me.
It is interesting to me that we speak of something about war and genocide and killing and feeding when Genebink has found a certain tool. I seem to remember a word attached to a story about that tool, about exterminate.
That's funny. What he's talking about is an arcane eye. You're almost certain that's the spell that he is talking about. He doesn't understand it in the same way you do, but when he says, she can see at a distance. That's it. Exterminate. Oh man. All right, go ahead, take one.
Congrats, Delbert's other soul.
All right. Okay. It's sitting back on its haunches now. All right. And it's leaned forward on its hand. It's looking up at it. Its head's pivoting back and forth.
You want to come with us?
He leans over and he goes, and he writes, and he goes, "No, I am to return messages to you from she."
Well, go ahead.
Does she have an opinion on, how we should be, whether we should be killing everything here, or is the current power balance sufficient? And is there some expectation there?
It, that war, genocide, death eating symbol?
Hmm.
It slips over in front of you, and it writes directly in front of Jenna Bink, that symbol again, and then bows and puts its head down on its hands and looks back up. Everybody can go ahead and make an insight.
It's clear that she sees you as a capitalist consumer of goods.
Oh, wow. Everybody got this except Penny, and I imagine Penny was looking away. Yeah. Why'd you make an Arcana check with disadvantage or advantage?
Because I get to with Shia in my mind, you said?
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's treating Jenna Bink like the queen of the pod. All right, this creature is deferring completely and totally to her. It did the Arania equivalent of genuflecting to the queen.
Well, I mean, we want to stand just behind and off to the side because usually the queen's the one that gets killed. The people on the side are the ones that just stand there and wait for the next queen to step up. So,
Congratulations.
good luck,
on
little buddy.
the elevation to the peerage, Genebink.
I don't really want to be a noble because I really think that you kind of lack some insights and research skills. But regardless, I do appreciate that the Arania have an excellent concept of order and organization and leadership hierarchies. So yes, we'll go with this.
I don't know. You have a real future.
It leans forward, Jenebink, and it kind of looks up at you. All right. And it rubs its hand over the chalk, and it writes on the floor. It says, "Are you queen?" And it just looks at you. Somebody's going to have to read that to you. Who does?
I will.
So Delbert reads, "Are you queen?" Genevieve?
Yes, yes, I am. I believe the most intelligent person in an organization should be in charge. So yes, I will absolutely take that on. And yes, matriarchies make far more sense than patriarchies. Absolutely.
All right, Genevieve, do you believe this, or you just saying it to hit?
No, Genevieve is absolutely down for a matriarchal meritocracy.
Excellent. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that. All right. I'm gonna totally believe you. I think that's absolutely in character for you. So
As I
Yeah, don't read into Jen's imposter syndrome too much.
that's exactly it. So all right. So um good deal. It looks up then, says its obeisance again, touches your feet with its little claws, and waits.
Do we have any more questions for the nice Ettercap?
I don't.
Would you please return to she then?
I have no questions, but when we deal with their opponents, I think they should be with us.
I mean, they're not going to follow us around the entire floor of the dungeon. I mean, well, it would be nice to have an army of spiders following us. I just don't see that happening. And I believe, did we not discuss that with them, several sessions ago?
Indeed, we did.
Person has one dance with the king of Blackmoor and thinks they're all high and mighty peerage over here. Look at how easy it is to slip into the trappings of the nobles. What would your fellow people say, seeing you over here?
That they would be happy and hope that I got research grant money out of this situation.
We would too. I mean, it'd probably be easier if that thing over here, and I hit it with my sword on the side, wasn't broken, but...
Insight. Everybody, insight.
What the heck happened to the interface?
Awesome. Penny, Delbert, Genevieve, did you roll?
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I glitched for a second. What did you want me to roll?
Insight.
Insight.
Okay. Delbert and Penny, as Idris and Genevieve are busting on each other a little bit back and forth here, you can see that it is confusing the Ettercap. Kate actually is really, really, really not understanding this. And you think it's like confused that Genevieve is allowing Idris to backtalk it.
This sort of interaction is for entertainment, much like a court jester.
It looks and it writes once more on the floor. It says, "Message for she?" Equivalent of a question mark.
I believe what Delbert said, right? We want them to know who beat them.
Well, we want them to know when we are dealing with their rat annoyance, so that they can assist as they can.
All right. So it writes once more on the floor. I will tell she, you seek her counsel on symbol for war, death, eat, destroy with rats. And it looks up at Genevieve.
Yes, as my advisors have noted, that's it. And please give she our kind welcome and acknowledgments and such.
It is it makes this little essence again, and it walks around and it touches the tip of your boot, Jen, with its spinneret, and you can see it leaves a little blob of web, and then it goes to Penny, and it touches her boot with a spinneret and leaves a little blob of web, and then does the same thing with Delbert and Idris. All right, and it turns and it bounces its head then again on the floor. It scuttles up the wall, goes along the wall to the arch, goes under the arch and over, and goes along the ceiling, and heads back towards the area where you're fairly certain the spider's domain is, or at least this Ariana. And remember, this Ariana has been broken off from her group. Remember, she had the symbol burned off the back of her carapace? And as it's retreating, Penny and Jenabink can see this without making a roll. Yeah, and this is obvious because it's been bending over. This particular rudder cap doesn't have any mark on the back of its shell. The shell's got a ruptured burn mark on it, just like the other ones. All right. So, what would y'all like to do?
Penny's wiping off whatever just left on her foot. Did this thing splooge all over your guys' foot too? This is kind of disgusting. Why?
Can I roll some kind of like nature or arcana check to understand the significance of that?
You can make a nature check or a survival check. Either can work for different reasons. Jenabink, you think it probably put a scent marker on you to be able to follow you. Penny, same thing. It's a little disgusting, but it probably made you easier to track. So it's going to be easier for it to follow you based on that.
Penny will definitely be trying to get rid of this thing off of her foot now. I'll probably pour alcohol or something on that area to make it to where the scent marker is no longer there.
All right. So you rolled high enough that you think it's probably soluble with alcohol.
Okay,
So,
I'll try and get rid of it with an alcohol solution of some sort.
It didn't seem to be. You also rolled high enough to know that it didn't seem to be like it was trying to threaten you or challenge you. It was almost like it was marking you as one of the tribe, marking you as one of its group. So you would recognize a spider, but it'd also be easier for you to be tracked. That's what it did. So, but you're certain you can remove it with alcohol if you want to.
I shall.
Excellent. Quickfoot yowls a little bit and says from Delbert's shoulder, "All hail Queen Jenabink."
I mean, ideally, it would be an equivalent kind of situation, but I appreciate that we're properly forming meritocracy at this point. So, shall we continue? My most esteemed advisors and assistants.
So Tim, don't remember right now. What form is Quickfoot in? Is he a rat, a cat, a spider? What is he right now?
It's a cat still, right?
He's a cat right now.
He's a cat. Okay.
Yeah. So, and Quickfoot is clearly amused by this entire exchange. So, all right. So, what would we like to do, folks? You know, you're standing in this great arced domed chamber surrounded by all this machinery that's ground to a halt. Smell of oil, smell of dust in the air still. What would you like to do?
Penny's going to go down here and check out this hallway, make sure it's still relatively clear.
All right. Is you cross down there, Penny?
Are there any doors along that hallway that we haven't gone into the rooms yet?
Oh, no, you have not. There are a series of doors along here. All right. So there is door here, large
Right.
double door there. That door actually has, when you shove a towel underneath your door.
Hmm.
All right. There's light seeping out of there. Somebody's trying to camouflage it, but not well. And there's door there and a door there. And way down at the end of the hallway, there's still a light source. There was that barricade, and the doors themselves glow with a light. But there's those double doors way, 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 way down on the end.
So like before they go down there, I'm like, yeah, I see Penny walking down there, but I'm like, before you walk through the doors, I'm like, are the undead that way?
Yeah, I'm going down, and then I'm going to go through the doors to like the side.
All right. These doors down here on the end that go back into the main stair, those I think you guys closed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you closed them. But in this door here, you'd have to open, but I'm assuming you're open it and sticking your head out to look. Is that correct?
Correct, and I'll be stealthing while I'm doing
All
that.
right.
I'll give you that roll now.
So go ahead and give me that in the tower. Okay. You're being quiet. So you've been more quiet, but you're not scuffing your feet. You're pretty certain you're being pretty stealthy. So, all right. So what would you like to do?
Just peeking down the hallway, seeing if it looks like there's been any traffic. Anybody's moved in the last hour since we've been.
Are you just doing a quick perception check? Or are you uncorking a light to do a survival check, look for tracks and stuff?
Oh, initially, I'm just doing quick perception to see if there's anything in the hallway.
All right, I'm just going to use your passive. Doesn't seem to be anybody there. Doesn't seem to be any differences when you were here before. There are in the hallway two, I think it's just two rat men that's bodies have not been touched that you killed as they were running away, and both of them have a, penny-sized arrow sticking out of their back. One I think's about here, and the other one was right about there. So you've got two rat men laying prone. Bodies have not been fed upon, nor have they been disturbed from what you can tell.
Okay. I'll move down to this room. I don't recall us closing these doors, but I just want to make sure the bodies and everything in here have also not been disturbed.
Yeah, I don't think we closed them.
No,
Only
I
the
don't know
ones
if you did
along
close
there.
them. Yeah, because the big rat ogre came through there, right?
Yeah.
All right, so no, you probably didn't close them then, because you looted the bodies really quickly and then took off. So as you're looking down in here, yeah, you can see that the levitation spell is worn off, and the rat ogre's corpse has collapsed down into a pile here. The howdah that was on its back is broken, and pieces of wood are fragmented every place. But it does look like some of the bodies might have been dragged out of here. All right, and you can see where something has looks like something might have started to feed on, right below the sternum on the rat ogre. Took a few bites out of it. Something else that's odd is about half of the ghouls' bodies are gone.
I'm going to attempt to do a survival check in here.
Alright.
I'll use.
Are you going to use light from your bow?
Are any of the doors open to the south or west?
No, none. The northern door would be open because that's the one you came through, but you can close that easily.
Okay, no, I'll just move in here and using the light from the bow, I'll do a survival check to see where it looks like the bodies were,
Okay, go ahead.
which direction they were dragged off in.
Go ahead and give me a survival check. Oh, this is weird. All right, it looks to you like the ghouls that are in here just stood back up. Nobody dragged them. All right, so the ghouls and the gas that were in here just stood back up. And as you're looking around, you can see that there is a fresh set of footprints. It looks like something like one. You've really looking at the floor here. There's blood every place. You know this ground. You fought on this ground twice. You've memorized the layout of the floor when you left. You've got it in your head. All right. You know the spoor here, and you go over by the door. And when you're closing the door and you're starting to look, something came in. Human size, a little bit taller, slightly curved feet. You're not quite certain what it is. You haven't seen something like it before. It's humanoid, but it's not any foot that you recognize. And there are a couple ghouls with it. And it stood here. And you can also see where all the ghouls that were in this room, the ones down in the hallway to the south that died weren't. But all the ghouls that were in this room and gas stood up and left with it after they dragged off some bodies. So something came in and the ghouls left with it. And they stopped and pulled some of the rat folk bodies out, and they began to feed on the rat ogre. About half of the rat folk bodies are left in here, and the rat ogre's body is still left in it. Although it looks like, now that you're looking at it, some ghouls took some chunks of meat out of it before they left.
Okay. And when you said they left, did they go to the south or to the west?
They went back out to the north. This door still seems to have the magical seal on it. Remember, it had lead, quicksilver, and silver worked into it, and there was an icon on it. That particular door doesn't seem to be disturbed at all. But up here to the north, and that door is not closed as you look, yeah, it looks like they came in. Well, they came in, right? And when they went back out, they went right back out through here.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
And
figured.
that door had been sort of cobbled back together so it could be wedged in there. But I think you guys had moved it out of the way to look down it before. And it's still out of the way.
Okay. I'll return back over here and tell everyone what happened in that room.
Are you standing there when you have that conversation?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'll move back over once I see Unabink in the door.
All right. So are you standing on, is that door open and you're standing out in the hallway, or are you inside with her?
Probably where I'm standing on the map.
Okay. All right. So you guys have the conversation. What are you doing?
So probably need to go back down through that corridor we went through before if we want to go like find those people, where the forge is and the arcane science and all that stuff.
Well, that makes sense because we left a lot of doors unopened over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's head over that way. That room looks pretty trashed.
Okay,
The
I'm gonna go
eaten bodies and everything.
I'm gonna go the long way through the top.
What?
Back the way we came back through the spiders and then down.
Oh, this way's clear. There's like nothing there.
Yeah, I'm a bit loud. I'm gonna go the way I know there's no bad guys.
Oh, okay.
Show me how you're going.
Back to the workshop where Jenna Bing destroyed that amazing machine that we'll never get to use. And then over here to the door, and then down to the entrance.
You have to make me sad every session, don't you, PJ?
I mean, I believe experience and mistakes are the best way to learn.
So did everybody follow Penny and Idris, or are y'all standing right there?
I was waiting for Penny to get ahead because she gets very upset if I am too close to her.
All right. Did you walk down this hallway, or did you go back around the loop?
I walked down the hallway. I followed 30 feet behind Penny, whichever way Penny took.
Okay. Very good. Penny, did you walk down the hallway, or did you go back up around with Idris?
No, I went stealthily back down the hallway.
All right. All right. Good enough.
I like
and then
looking in the DMZ.
So if I'm a queen, Penny, does that make you a princess? Are you a Blackmoor princess then?
No.
Waits for all the woodland animals to swarm Penny.
Okay. Good deal. So everybody is together right there then. All right. Is this where everybody is right at this moment?
I'd say I'm closer to the doorway waiting for Penny to do her thing with that other door.
30
All
feet
right.
behind, right?
I'm following behind Jennabank, who is following behind it, Penny.
Yeah, stealthing and now moving down this corridor, probably looking to make sure it's clear.
All
It's
right.
not necessarily 30 feet. If Penny goes through a door, I'm going to try to get line of sight. And
Right.
All right. I am going to let, just because of what this is, I'm going to let Idris and I'm going to let Delbert, as Penny describes everything to you, I'm going to let you both make an Arcana check.
Okay.
All right. And this is not, this isn't really an arcane science kind of thing, Jen. So
This is the real true magic.
All right. All right. Uh, yeah, you don't. Neither of you have enough information. Shia feels like, um, Shia feels like something might be animating the ghouls, but she doesn't know what the heck it could be. And Delbert, that's your feeling also, but you're
Okay.
not. You're not certain what specifically could be doing it. All right.
Right. It's
Okay.
not like we've run into a necromancer yet.
Right. So, all right. So you guys have formed up in this hallway there. Um, will we be moving forward then?
Yeah, I guess we're checking the doors, right? That was the plan. We're going to hit all these
There's
doors.
a door there. Door
Doors.
there that you never opened. Door 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 there that
there's
you
one
never
in that.
opened in this hall.
And there's also one in that room, right? That I assume goes somewhere else.
You mean up here?
No, here, I'll move my character just to show it. There's a door like right next to me.
Yeah, there's a wood door right there also.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys burned it. You guys burned all that out. Not a big old dungeon door. It's a much lighter weight door. Yeah,
Gotcha.
it had a whole bunch of webs in front of it. But when you first encountered the spiders before you made them allies, that was there. So, all right. Important for you guys to keep yourself in sync. I'm going to assume your figures are where they are, unless
That's two of them, yeah.
otherwise. All right. So,
I'm going to be investigating that door directly in front of me.
door is unlocked, and this is an archway right next to you. All
Yeah.
right. Okay. It's a door. That door is actually it's a door. I'm sorry. That door is locked.
It is locked.
Yeah.
Does it appear to be trapped or no?
Doesn't appear to be trapped. Looks like it's just a standard door, but it's got a lock on it. Simple lock. You pop it right open. Not a problem for you to do that at all.
I'll take a peek inside. And let me know if you ever want me between actions and stuff to reroll stealth or whatever.
All right.
Or if you just want to keep the static roll. However you want to do it.
You opening the door?
Yeah, I'm going to peek inside.
All right. You pop the door open, and looks like a barracks.
I'll do a quick investigation of the barracks.
All right. Are you using a light source, or are you just doing it with black and white?
Just black and white.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I dropped it in there.
Yeah, you go through it pretty quick. There's a series of chests with latches. One of them's locked. Most of them aren't. There's clothes in here. There's clothes in here. And you pop that lock right open. Real simple lock, but there's clothes in here, and there's a little bit of coin, right? So there's like one guy's got a sack with looks like maybe gambling winnings. It's copper pieces and silver pieces. So looks like a guard room.
Okay. I'll make sure to pocket whatever coin and valuables.
Okay.
Move on.
So come back out. Idris, he's in there. You're in there about 2 minutes, maybe. Hold it. You had to open some locks, so you're going to be in there to open the locks and stuff. It's going to take you about 10 minutes to do that. All right. So, okay, where are you going next? So you see Penny go in. Penny's in there for about 10 minutes. She comes out. What would you like to do next?
While we're in there, I just tell Jenabink and Delbert, like, hey, there's an open door with some stuff in there. You guys may want to take a look at which magic.
So, door seems fine.
Is it locked, the door? Here?
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay. What about the one behind? You want individual investigation rolls for all the doors?
Yeah, go ahead and just drop 2 more in the tower, just so you know. I'm going to assume you're checking the hallway. These other 2 doors are locked. The one that you first checked is not.
Okay. I will attempt to open the door that is not locked.
It's actually locked.
Oh, okay.
So
I'll attempt to unlock it.
you pop it right open. These are very, very simple locks. Are you looking in?
Yeah, I'll take a look inside.
This seems to be got a double bed in here. Seems to be either a couple lived here. Can't tell initially from looking in, but definitely seems to be a little bit higher rank person in this room.
Okay. I'll attempt to open or unlock the other door behind me.
All right, you pop that right open. You looking in
And
there?
I'll take a look inside.
All right. Your initial pass, based on how the door opens, shows you it's got some chamber pots sitting in there, and a big old crate that you can see when you pop the door open. There's more over behind you, but unless you step in, you're not going to see it.
Okay. I'll attempt to open the other door. I'll unlock it.
All right. And you do.
All right. I'll take a look inside that one.
Door pops right open, and this looks like a conference room. There's what looks like to be just a clay tea set sitting on a table over there against the wall, and there's a table with 6 chairs there.
Okay. I'll move back up. There's some rooms that there's like the one directly in front of us that was like soldiers' rooms. There was some coin in there that I grabbed. We can divvy up later. And then there's like a bedroom or something for some fancy people. There's another room with some chamber pots and like a chest. I didn't really check what's inside the chest, but there's like a big crate thing. And then there's like another room with a table and some tea sets or some junk. Nothing looks hostile. I'm going to go down and like set up an Overwatch-ish position in that hallway. And then if you guys want to check out those rooms, you can. I'll be waiting for you guys when you're ready to move.
So then
Okay.
I'll show Jenna Bink and them the one that had the pool that I ran into earlier way back.
And I will come down here and stealthily set up some sort of Overwatch in this hallway.
All right.
Am I to understand that there were crates that you didn't open, Penny, that we should probably look at?
Yeah, there's like stuff. I didn't really search any of the other rooms, just the ones with the bunks.
Penny, way down at the end of the hallway where you found the chain devil and that torture chamber was, way down at the end of that hallway, there's still fires burning. So, there was a forge in there, and either it's going to keep burning regardless, or something has kept it burning. So you can see light emanating from those double doors, and those doors are open down at the end. And you made a stealth check. Very good.
So Delbert, while I would happily, look for things of the arcane science nature, you can do so without, expending resources, as I am aware. So maybe you want to do that.
I can certainly look around and see what I can find.
I mean, look at it. It's a floor that's been eaten away by something that looks like water. I would think that kind of chemical composition would spark your interest.
Well, I will do an investigate on the pool of wonder.
Look here.
So by that you mean over here to your right? Show me exactly where you're going. Okay. So,
Yeah, that's the room I point to because that's the one I went in before.
Okay.
Something's wrong with this water. You can see that there's been an earthquake or something, and there's a veneer that layers all over all the black rock of different things. Sometimes marble, sometimes granite. Some different types of rock. Sometimes darker ferrous rock. So, but you're looking at it, and there's been some sort of earthquake or something, and there's a crack. And leaking from that crack steadily is water. And the thing that's happened is where that water's sitting, it's just not a pool on the top of the rock. It's eaten into the rock. So there's like at the deepest part of it, there's about a 3-inch depression. At the narrowest part, it's just a film, like an 1/8 inch. But every once in a while, you can see a drip of water fall down in there. And you would expect, there's probably some, what'd you roll? There's probably some evaporation going on here, Jenna Bink, you're fairly certain, because it's a steady enough drip that it probably should be in more areas than it is, but it's not. And the water smells bad, is the best way to describe it. It's not bad like dead meat, but it's bad like, have you ever opened up a loaf of bread and it was starting to show mold and it just had something off in the smell? It's kind of like that, right? There's just something wrong with this water. You're not certain exactly what's going on.
How quickly is the water dripping?
Every minute and a half, a drop of water, literally a drop of water falls.
I'm going to take one of my scraps of iron that I have,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to hold it under the water and see what happens when the water drips on top of it.
Well, it hits it, all right, and hits it like normal fluid does, but it lands on the top of it, and instead of running around the side, it starts to roll up towards your hand where you're hanging onto the iron.
Whoa.
Okay, I'm going to drop it at more. Does gravity affect it? If
Yes.
it
Are you
does.
letting go of it and dropping it?
I'm not dropping the iron, but I'm trying to if I was holding it
you're
straight.
inverting it to see.
Yes, to see if it'll drip.
It's still creeping up the length of the iron towards you. It's
Okay,
not as fast, but
Then I'm dropping the iron.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
So
I'm gonna fire off something then when I see that.
go ahead, Jenna Bink, and
Mhm.
make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Water isn't supposed to attack people, Tad.
Gonna learn today.
You drop it square in the water, and it splashes. Please give me a wisdom, or an intelligence, or a charisma saving throw of your choice.
Should have asked for a +1 apron.
I'm gonna throw an intelligence save at that, and I'm also gonna throw a hero point on that.
All right, Jen Bank, is you feel, hey, Jenna Bink, I think you ought to take all the books from that library and you ought to burn them. You ought to get rid of them. They're going to do nothing but corrupt you. There's no good reason for you to touch any of those things. So, as a matter of fact, you think you ought to burn them now. If you get a chance, you should take that vat of acid that you found and you should dump it directly down into the gearing by the main, where the main panel is, next to the centrifuge. Because if you do those things, it'll irrevocably destroy everything associated with it, and it'll protect you, and it'll protect your friends, and it'll keep that infestation from creeping up out of here into Blackmoor. And that seems like a good idea, but then you're like, why would I destroy unresearched arcane science? But it almost sounded like a great idea that you should destroy everything associated with the forge chamber that you found. Everything.
I back all the way up out of the room and hold on to the wall.
All right. Give me a straight up Arcana check.
I'm also going to throw hero points on that. Because this is disturbing. Yes.
Oh my God, Jen, look at what happened. You rolled a 9, then you rolled a 6. Congratulations. Best hero point ever. So everybody, normally I don't tell people what they did, but we're all nerds here. Jen rolled a 1. She has a +8 on her Arcana check. That took it to 9. The DC was 15. She dropped a hero point on it, rolled a 6, and got to 15. If we were rolling dice in front of each other at a table, we'd all would have nerded pretty fantastically, so I couldn't take that away from her. So, Jenna Bink, that water was infused with you're almost certain necrotic energy, and that was a manifestation of the Egg of Coot, without a doubt, right there with you, talking to you, trying to encourage you to take behavior.
We're going to close that door right now, and we're all going to back out of the room, and we're just going to keep going.
I put my hand up and I stop the door from closing.
Idris, no.
As I burn my divine sense, because I'm curious, does the water show up as celestial fiend or undead?
It's infernal. It's got a fiendish origin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Just curious. Just wanted to know.
Yeah.
Oh, great. It's devil piss.
Idris,
I was like, now you can close it.
It's got a. That's a fiendish origin. Fiendish origin. Not just a. Yeah, that's bad. It's got a. Okay. All right.
So you're telling us if we bottle this and throw this at people?
Would you like to try to collect some?
No way. My parkour days are behind me.
All right. Okay, because the DM's fine if you want to attempt that. I mean, I'm good with it.
Catapult can totally roll in that and like take some.
Penny,
Fill up the fire spray with that stuff.
Penny, so this has taken them a bit of time, and you are posed watching and listening, correct?
Correct.
All right. You've got a really, really good passive perception. So you've got a really, really good passive perception, and you can see shadows moving on the wall. Something's moving back and forth in there. All right. And as the air current shifts, and the air current shifts a little bit here, you get this faintest smell of gas coming from that room. I mean, you know what that smell is, and you're not necessarily getting a clear shot at anything, but there is something in there, and you're smelling gas, and it wouldn't surprise you if that's what's going on down in there.
I'll quietly whisper down the hallway. Whatever you guys are doing, you should hurry it up because there's definitely movement and bad things down there.
All right. Are you doing it in the hallway, or do you step inside the archway?
Probably like half in, half out. I'll like lean my head in.
All right. So you're going to put your head in, and you're going to push the acoustics directly up the chamber so there's no spill, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do that. All right. And that's going to be no problem at all for everybody but Delbert, because Delbert's around the corner. All right. But you guys hear, I'm just going to say everybody hears Penny go, say that. All right.
We'll relay it.
Okay.
Let's check out the shitter.
All right.
Because there's stuff in those chamber pots. I just want you to know. Because we're going to investigate those.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You look in there, and there's 2 crates, one sealed with a band, and a bunch of old chamber pots.
I see the one with the band, and I'm like, Jetapig, you're up. That one looks like you're kind of fun.
I will not have learned my lesson because arcane science, and I will investigate the crate with the band on it.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation roll. And move your character over next to your target. And I'm assuming you're using light so you can see what you're doing as you investigate?
Correct.
All right, sorry.
Oh, no. I stepped back.
Jetapig, it's really best if you go burn that stuff right now.
I'm going to ignore the voice in my head.
Okay, go right ahead, and doesn't look to be. I mean, all it is it's a strap. All you got to do is pop it with a crowbar. Nothing going on here. No traps. Just needs to be popped open.
All right, I will.
Anytime, my queen.
I will, with catapult by my side, pop it open.
Oh, PJ, you just won the economy. Okay.
Whoa.
All right, you pop it open
Minuchin.
and you slide the lid back, and it's a whole bunch of clay containers. Some a little bit better than others, and they are roughly butt-shaped.
You just cornered the market, Jenna Bink.
You found a case of about 24 chamber pots.
Cool.
I just hang my head in disappointment and walk out of the room, and I think we're done here.
I'm going to take each one of these chamber pots and just pour them out in the corner over here. See what comes out. Yo, it's
All right.
it's a shitty
I'm
job,
leaving.
but
I'm
somebody's
definitely
got to
leaving.
do it.
You know that inspiration I gave you. Take it back now, right now. All right. So you guys are done with that. What are we doing now?
I think we're done, Penny. I think we can keep going and find things that aren't chamber pots.
We've checked all the rooms, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Delbert, were you going to, detect magic?
Yeah, oh yeah, he's got his blue eyes up.
does he?
Anything magical? Any magical shit?
I can certainly do that. Let me
Might want to walk through the other rooms once you got it up. Just take a
Right.
gander.
just start walking through the rooms once I have this up.
I will let you retcon that you did that while they were screwed around with other stuff. No problem at all.
Okay.
There is faint magic coming from that chest of drawers there.
All right. Penny or Genevieve, this one.
Okay. I will go and I shall investigate the end table.
Okay. It's actually big old armoire.
Okay.
It's got lots of clothes in it when you pop it open, and there's also a drawer, series of drawers. The second one down when you pop it open has a little velvet bag in it, and when you open up the velvet bag, you see what probably is a healing potion, because it's got the symbol of Henrin on it.
Okay.
All right.
I will. Good find, Delbert. We found a healing potion. I think we can check it out later, or you can check it out later, ish. I will hand it to Delbert.
And I'll take a look in all of the rooms and see what I find.
There's also that was the only thing that was magical. Jen, in that same drawer, there's also a little box, and when you look down into it, it seems to have a bunch of perfumes and cosmetics in it.
I'm going to ignore those because I don't care about those.
Okay. All right. What would you all like to do?
I'm going to wait for Penny to move.
Penny said we should get moving. Waiting on you, Penny.
Where can you display where the light is actually coming out to what area?
That would be the barrier. Hang on a second. Let me do this. I'm going to just give me a sec. All right. It's actually going to completely fill that room, so it's going to be a little bit more. All right. That's about where the boundary is. All right.
Can I see anything inside that room from here?
You've seen some shadows and stuff moving on the wall. You've seen what you thought was something move across at least at one point, but you haven't had really a clean shot on anything. You're pretty certain there's gas in there just based on the smell.
Okay. Oh, wait.
Oh, what just happened there?
Idris, I need your face for a second.
What's up?
Yeah. So I need you to do your real stealthy thing and move up by that door. Because there's things over there, and that'll probably make them come out here.
Sure, no problem. I cast my circle of protection. And then I'm going to, was it 5, 10, 15, 20? Yeah, I'm going to move up into there and I'll be like, loudly, do any of you have time to talk about Hirsch as your personal Lord and Savior?
Perfect.
Here's your copy of the Luck Tower magazine.
Only 100,000 souls will be saved. Can you beat the odds?
That's perfect. You're doing great.
Okay, you can have that inspiration back, Idris.
Ooh. Keeping it real in religion. The real in religion, yeah.
All right. You hear, oh, help me, help me. Oh,
I'll
help
move up the next 20, and I'll
me.
be like, Hirsch helps all who willingly submit.
I'm going to send Catapult up there with Idris.
Hold it. All right,
Uh-huh.
you can move catapult forward to where Penny is, and then things get interesting.
Of course they do.
All right. Okay. So,
I'm feeling that sensation of he's going to ask for initiative any moment now.
that's only a DC 5 metagaming check, Jen.
I mean, can it be metagaming if you've already seen it happen?
But I sense that he's going to ask for initiative, reveal what we see, and then drop the. And now we're having the break. It's 4:30 cliffhanger.
Initiative,
Ooh.
please.
Hell yeah.
I think Tim
God,
might have rolled a
that is a solid initiative.
You rolled a 1 and a 20, so you can re-roll your 1 if you want to, Matt. But I think you're probably just going to keep the 20, right? Yeah.
I'm good with keeping the 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought so.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Oh, you know what? No, I'm going to burn my inspiration.
so Tim actually very astutely, all right, recognized that it's time for a 10-minute break, folks. It's 4:28. We will be back about 4:38, 4:40, wherein we will have an interesting little encounter between a bunch of ghouls and ghasts and our esteemed party members. So we'll see you in about 10 minutes, okay? Thank you so much for watching the stream, and I hope you're enjoying yourself today. I think we are. Have a good one. Hey, folks, we are back. So, all right, we were, let's see, about to enter into combat. And I'm going to give a brief description here before we roll into it. So, Idris, you look around the corner, and there's a number of ghouls, gas, and they all pretty much the same, except one right
Two of them are
here.
armored.
That one is wearing breastplate, and then there's one over here wearing scale mail, and the one that's wearing the scale mail is speaking in that little girl's voice that you heard. All right. It's, speaking in that, help me, oh, help me. All right. And it's speaking in that voice. And
Spooky as shit.
from there, we are going to start combat. Top of the round.
And
Penny.
this is why I never did missionary work.
All right. So, Penny, you hear that voice.
Can I see the girlish voiced ghoul and scale mail from here?
Let's see.
It looks
The doors
equal
are
distance.
open, yes.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Oh, okay. I will recast Hunter's Mark as a bonus action and put it on that ghoul, and I will sharpshooter and shoot. I don't like cry female girl ghoul voices. Just weird. It's off-putting.
Big girls don't cry.
Yeah.
You have a hit?
Okay. I will shoot it again. Oh, actually, I should have had more on that, but
What is that 35-foot radius circle?
He's in the area of the light now from the forge.
Oh, it's the lighting. Okay.
Yeah.
that will miss. There's the crit.
Woo!
Reroll that, please.
Re-roll it.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Oh,
with
you
the
rolled a one.
advantage or how?
Request reason.
Yeah.
Request reason. Crack.
Crack eye.
I just assumed.
All right.
There are two back-to-back ones sitting in there.
All right. And that was 20 feet of movement, so I'll move back to here to the wonderful area of darkness with the additional 20 feet of movement I have, and that'll be my turn.
Delbert.
All right. So Delbert, I have to ask myself, WWDD, what would Delbert do? And I do believe that what Delbert would do is something along these lines. If I can do this. 20 feet.
Idris is going to totally understand if you fireball him.
Oh, I know he would. But
Just
right
one
there,
more thing I got to
do
report
believe
to his
that
superiors.
hits everything. Cast Fireball. I pull out my tiny little ball of bat guano and sulfur and do my arcane gestures, Hadouken, and throw it down the hallway.
Do it.
So, so cast it. I don't know how to make them? Do I have to target all of them and make them save? Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Control and then click on the ones to target them.
Seven of them, right? Just trying to make sure I didn't miss any.
Yep, you got them all, I think. All right, now you roll the damage and it'll apply the damage.
All that, and then damage is that.
All right, the fireball screams down the corridor and implodes. What you do is you're standing there, Idris, and this ball of fire comes right up to your face. You can expand. This ball of light shoots past you, and it comes forward, and you hear hissing. The smell of meat is thick in the air because you rolled 32 points of damage. That's a nice fireball.
Mm-hmm. And I do believe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dead.
5 dead.
5 dead.
Yeah, there's one ghoul standing in the ghoul and breastplate. The ones on the northern part of the room, on the northern part of the fireball, must have been a weaker area.
Sure. Fair
Idris.
enough.
Well, it seems none of you were worthy enough to beat the odds, so I'm going to step in here and I'm going to swing on ghoul number 2 with my new and improved numbers. Oh my god. Hirsch is crushing it today. Just terrible rolls. Luck. All right. So I'm going to try and just finish this dude off because I got to get some kills on this board. Oh, and it's easy. Like butter.
Oh, I'm
Right
going to
through
take
him.
my move. After that, I forgot.
Hey, Idris, make a Constitution save. As you step next to the ghoul and breastplate.
Oh, sure. Numbers.
Yeah, you can retcon the move, Delbert. No problem at all.
There you go.
Okay, you're not affected by the stench.
Nah, I mean, I smelled those burning children he took out before. So
That's
so
awesome.
that was 5, 10, 15. I'm going to move back 1 in front of this guy. And that's it for me. And I look at him and I'm like, I point at him with my sword.
Ooh, you just bounced my 20. He takes 2 attacks at you, realizes that you were warded, and this is not an unintelligent creature. All right? It makes 2 attacks at you, realizes that you're warded, and takes off. Go ahead and take your... Go ahead and take your attack.
Will do. I'm just checking here real quick. I'm going to use that. Okay. So, swing. Got him. And dropping it on him as he runs by, going for his leg.
As it runs past you, you drive your sword into its side and tear a rent, going into where the chainmail hinges on its hip with the with your long sword or the sword. Shia likes it. You feel her, all right, as you strike, and it tears away from you. You've done a solid hit to it, but it is running.
Tough to
Jennifer,
please 3 women at once.
you and
All right,
Catapult are up.
Jennabank is going to move herself up next to Idris, see the ghoul running away, and she's going to attempt to acid splash. Or no, I'm sorry, that's a double move for her.
Yeah.
However, catapult is a single move for him to get to here, and he will use his fire breath to
Excellent.
try to take down that ghoul.
Target acquired.
Domo Arigato, bitches. Oh man,
There's still some damage.
is it enough?
Flame
No.
licks around it, and it's there's char marks on the back of its neck. Quickfoot is right now riding on Delbert's shoulder.
Mhm.
Round 2, top of the order. Penny, you're up.
All right. From here, I cannot see him, correct, or no?
No, you can't.
All right. I will take the dash action then and move to here.
Okay.
My turn. As my bonus action, I'll actually draw my hunter's mark on him.
All right. Delbert, you're up.
All right. 10, 20, 30. I will move to here. That's a double move.
Understood.
That's dagger range there, Delbert.
It's also for someone wearing a breastplate. Time for a shocking intervention.
There is that. All right. Idris, you're actually up.
Oh, no problem. 5, 10, 15, 20. Just walk right up to him and I go, where is it? Nobody runs away from me when I'm betting on winning. Oh, in the
Straight.
bone. So I'm just bringing this down on that busted leg I got on him. Oh, 11, not enough. I'd be like, feel free to continue running.
All right. Okay. It will withdraw
Mm-hmm.
and it heads down into that room, running as fast as it can.
The room through the door on the right-hand side in that hallway that we haven't looked in yet?
Yeah.
Okay.
It charged into there. All right. Jetabank, you are up. What would you like to do?
I will, 10, 20, 30. I'm going to look into the room and see what I see.
Mm.
Because I can only imagine he didn't close the door behind him.
He did not. He is running, like running.
This feels like a pull.
It's only a pull if you let them win. Think of it as a push.
Oops. Come on, turn on the mask.
Oh,
And
I was so correct.
there is a light source in here that illuminates pretty much this entire area.
I'm going to get a quick count in my head of, all the lovely things that are there. I'm going to back off. There's a, actually, you know what? No, I'm going to stay there. And I'm going to.
How did he get that far? The ghoul and breastplate?
With breastplate on, he's a beast.
Well, no. He disengaged though, right? That's only a
Yeah,
single move.
he did. It was 12 squares worth of move. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops, I moved him one too far.
Well, no. Disengaging is only a single move though.
Hmm?
Disengaging is only a single move as your action.
And then he moved again.
Oh, right. So he would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll put him there. Or there. We'll put him right there. Sorry about that. He doesn't have dash. I was running him like he was a rogue.
Mm-hmm.
You scurry off with one noble, and you think everybody's got that ability.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and acid splash some of these guys to at least. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna take full defensive, and then I'm gonna send in catapult.
Okay.
So catapult steps in, and catapult's gonna breathe again.
You can go ahead and drag defense onto you is an action. It's one of the effects over in the effect square. So if you pop that open,
The dodge ability.
yeah,
Um,
just enter defense, and it'll pull up. Oh, I guess it won't.
yeah, see, I do have it. I think I've got a dodge programmed though. Yes.
Dodge.
Yeah,
Yes,
if you
I
type
do.
it in, it'll do
Oh,
it.
there it is. Okay, you got it. We're good. All right.
So I got that, and then Catapult's gonna come in and breathe again. See if I can't get him to select. Nope. Sometimes. There we go. Nope. Darn you, Fantasy Grounds. Give me my cat.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna have to do this the hard way. So it'll get the 3 in front of him. So this guy, failure. I'm just gonna roll it individually tag because I don't know how else to do this. That guy. Although I don't think it's working, is it? No, it's not. So fail, fail.
Jen, let me set it up for you, okay?
Yeah, it won't let me select this catapult. It keeps trying to select this Genebank.
No problem at all. So
User
I'll move it
interface
to-
error. I mean, what else is new?
I've moved
It's
the
Saturday.
catapult. Go ahead and see if it'll let you do it now. Click on
There we go.
catapult. All right.
Not that guy. Those 1, 2. I have 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Dupe. For real this time. Of course, now they have succeed, but okay.
All right. So
And that's where we're at.
catapult belches forth fire.
Correct.
All right. And we fix that. For the record, Quickfoot is right there. All right. Okay.
Also, for the record, this 2 combats being 1 combat was not because of Idris.
I'm glad my fellow
Don't defend
noble.
him.
No, my fellow noble understands.
In this
the
case, I'm absolutely defending him. This one's all on the GM's design.
curiosity killed the gnome.
Bring forth the punishment, Tad.
Miss.
So this is catapult version 8, right?
This is build. Hold on. I'll figure this out.
All right.
Written down
This is
somewhere.
build 8, version 2.3.
Get ready for version 9.
This might be a full rebuild.
Might be a full rebuild.
All right. Catapult is hit and wounded. Is Catapult immune to paralyzation?
No.
All right.
Yes, that last week. Yeah, no.
Catapult is not paralyzed. Catapult fights off the impact of being shredded. Catapult cannot be poisoned, though, correct?
Correct.
And you are not close enough to anybody to be poisoned right now, so go you. Top of the order. Penny, might be going on down there. Jenabink, you can see behind you, by the way. There is a room behind you.
Okay.
And the door was open there. Looks like it's filled with smashed boxes and crates and barrels.
Okay. Oh, good.
Jenna Big, you might want to bring whatever's in there out because we can't all pile in there with you.
Oh, there's a room behind me. You can shoot from there.
All right. 20. All right, Ted. I'm going to take the dash action to here. Does this room also appear to be illuminated?
You would have to have really clean shots. You'd have to be in this arc here.
Yeah, no, but does this room appear to be illuminated?
What you looking for, Matt? Say that again.
Does this room appear to be illuminated?
This room does not appear to be illuminated, not directly. From the forge, there's going to be some splash on like that arc, right? Just
Okay.
because of how the light comes in, but it doesn't appear to be illuminated. You should be able to snipe from it fairly safely.
Okay, well, I took the dash action to here, and that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Delbert.
All right. Gonna move to here.
Yep.
And then use a spell to cast in an unoccupied square. Right.
Awesome. Awesome.
It's the unoccupied square where that arrow is, not pointing at a ghoul.
Yeah, no problem. Let me get you counter here, okay?
But casting Flaming Sphere. So then as the bonus action on that, I can move it up to 30 feet.
There you go. There is your flaming sphere.
Okay, there it is. So then I'm going to move it there to Ghoul 19. So he needs a saving throw.
All right, go ahead and you want me to drop that for you, Tim?
Well, actually, let's see how this works, right?
Yeah.
It appears in the space, and okay, it ends its turn. Never mind. So it's just the one that I slam it into.
Can't you bounce it against it?
It appears in an unoccupied space of choice within range. Creature takes, okay. Any creature that ends its turn within 5 feet of the sphere, Dex save. And bonus action, if I ram it into a creature, that creature has to make the save against the sphere's damage, and the sphere stops moving.
All right, so you can bounce it off it as your bonus action this round and force it to make a save this round.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
I dropped it in its space. So that one, I think he's targeted. Give me. Okay, so he made his save.
Yeah. He's still
And
dropped
half
down.
as much, so he still takes some damage.
Yep.
All right, fine.
That happens, man. So
It
there's
does.
now a flaming sphere back there where they're all packed in together, right?
Hey, Penny, weren't you asking about illumination?
So that is the downside. That's gonna put light in that room, unfortunately. So Quickfoot is hanging out back where Quickfoot was, and we have a ghoul. This ghoul will run away from the fire. Idris!
Delay.
Awesome. Makes good sense to me. That ghoul just got hit with the flaming sphere. It will run away from the fire. You all hear it say, Master, they come!
No goody.
All right. We have a guest. The guest is close to the fire also. It will lumber out of the way. The ghoul in breastplate.
Hey, are you walking those out through a wall? That one you just moved out?
Oh, no, there's doors there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's a door to get out. They got to move to one, but they can get out.
Gotcha.
So, yeah. Yeah, it's just, yeah, they can get out. Okay, the ghoul in breastplate, what will it do? It's got a flaming sphere sitting right behind it, and it knows it does. It ran away to save itself because it's not stupid. Yeah, but yeah, it's going to get some serious shit if it doesn't man up here. So it's going to take a bite at Catapult. Oh, okay. It grabs hold of back of Catapult, pushes Catapult's neck down, and its jaws come down and it bites and it tears loose. And it's got these steel, nasty teeth, and a big chunk of metal comes out of the back of Catapult's neck. And then it uses its claws to try and do more damage. But it isn't able to do more damage on Catapult based on that. And Tim, go ahead and do fire damage to that thing. It stayed in place.
Okay. Save for it. It fails. Damage. Takes 5.
Yeah, it's starting to char. There's a thick smell of burning meat in the air. All right, we have a ghoul. Ghoul takes its claws and attacks Catapult. Catapult is hit. And Catapult goes down.
And
All right.
I come out of delay.
Very good.
I'm going to just move this hunk of junk out of the way and step in where I really belong.
All right. So we're going to take Catapult and we're going to put Catapult here just for ease of reference. But we all know that Idris is standing over top of Catapult, correct?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
I step in and I was like, I'm sorry, sir. I'm not done talking about the benefits of believing in Hirsch.
Bravo.
And that's it for me.
All right. It's just, you don't know how it's standing. All right. I mean, its arm's been knocked out of socket. It's on fire. Its face is completely charred from the smoke. You have no idea how this thing's still standing. You do need to make couple con saves real quick. Go ahead and do that.
Sure. How many? How many saves?
2. You walked right up on 2 new gas.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to use a hero point?
I don't think I can.
All right. You are...
So I will burn an inspiration. I'll use the big money. There you go. Probably didn't make it.
All right. You're good. You almost are unable to resist. All right. And we do have a ghast in the hood. And the ghast...
I'm aghast.
He's going to try and grapple you. And he does not.
Don't worry, I got 98 more vials of holy water on the wall before this ends.
And that guy isn't going anywhere near the flaming sphere.
Ooh.
Catapult makes his death save, which I think there's a restoration stabilization module that you've installed in Catapult in this last build, apparently.
It's very efficient.
Jenabink, you're up.
All right. Well, clearly, Injurious took my spot. I'm going to. Yeah, I might as well. I'm going to Acid Splash, guys. Because that's the thing I do when I'm standing behind Idris, waiting for Idris to fall over.
Idris has got a protection from evil up, though.
He does.
I do some good damage with an Acid Splash.
Nice.
You did. You did. Anything else you'd like to do, Jen?
No, I put my smoking super soaker away.
All right.
You can walk in now. I say it's open. It's a little hot up in the front, though.
Cool. 11.
All right. Time to grapple. You, sir, are grappled.
Well,
Enjoy your short time doing that.
All right.
Did that ghoul move? That was 11.
Yep.
He's getting charred, buddy.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
I can stand here all day. Can you?
All right.
That's your payment for that grapple, ghoul.
Strike check.
Oh, yeah. We got to keep up this streak.
Gonna try and push you. You are not pushed over. Get prone.
Yep. It's all that arm work I do every day.
That one, right? Rolling the dice.
Yeah.
All right, top of the order. Penny, you're up.
All right. I will.
You are illuminated now.
Okay. That's within 90. So I'll put my hunter's mark on Ghoul 19 because I can. And I'll sharpshooter and shoot down at him. That'll miss. That should hit. And right. And then I'll back over here.
Delbert, you're up.
All right.
Oh, hold it. I have some guys on delay.
On delay.
That ghoul comes running up.
Okay, he just moved through my sphere.
Yeah, it takes damage if he ends his turn next to it.
Yeah.
So, which is just the mechanics of how things work.
Yep.
And we're going to have a strength check here. 21. Go ahead and make a strength check, Idris.
Oh.
I don't know why it did that. I was not casting levitate.
Idris, you are now prone.
That's how the ladies want it.
You are now borne to the ground. So let me put prone on Idris.
Hey, Catapult, first time.
So you're tackled.
By me, I didn't do it.
All right.
I think I'm going to have to scrap that catapult and start over.
Delbert, go ahead. It's your turn.
Well, the end of that ghoul's turn, he ended next to the sphere, so here's his save.
You got it.
Failed, so he's taking this. That's his payment for bearing Idris to the ground.
All right.
Then I'll take my bonus action. This sphere is going to get moved if I can. There we go. Sorry, Idris, but I'm going to bounce it onto that ghast.
Okay.
So that ghast. Okay, it made the save, but still something. And that was the bonus action. So then the ghoul that is grappling Idris.
Yes.
Is that ghoul 3?
No, that is Ghoul 18, I believe.
Okay. But it's on top of Idris right now.
Well, it hasn't moved him into its square. You can see him to shoot him. Go ahead.
He moved in to grapple and he's in Idris's square, correct?
Hang on.
Grapple doesn't technically work like that, but if you're like, do you have line of
I'm
sight?
only asking in terms of targeting.
Here's a way to think about it, Tim. See that corner? You have corner-to-corner contact, so you can target him.
Okay.
And there's no door in the way there. All right?
Just double checking.
Yeah.
Delbert's totally throwing his knife. I can hear it.
Say again?
Throwing your knife?
No. He's dead. He owes me taxes. I'm going to make him pay a toll for the dead.
The whole F-load of dimes he owes you.
And he has been wounded. Ah.
Failed. Oh, yeah.
Well.
That sucks.
Yeah.
He needs a homestead exemption.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
Whoa, you got to roll your damage, Joe. He failed.
It doesn't say half damage on a fail. It's a cantrip.
No. Fail means you succeeded. He failed the save. He rolled a 14
Oh,
versus
duh.
a 16.
Oh, yeah. You're right. He only got a 14 on his wisdom.
Idris is
save,
on the
so-
ground like, you hit him, Jesus! I mean,
So take 16
He's hurt. He is hurt. All right.
as the bell rings in his ears.
All right. They are. They're going to keep attacking you with claws. That is a miss. Go ahead and cook him.
Yep. So we go back down to this guy.
It's good to be born prone when you have protection from evil up. Oh, he makes a 20 save, so
However,
that may still kill him
he'll
now.
take something.
Nope, it does not. He's still hanging in there. All right. Idris, you were prone and you were grappled.
I stand up.
You can't. Your move 0
Oh.
because you're grappled.
Well, I don't want to be like Raymond in this situation like 5 months ago. So that's for you, Ray, in case you watch the stream.
I guess you can either strength check to stand up or just hit him while you're prone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit him. It's Ghoul 18, right?
Yeah. And you're because you're prone and you're grappled, you also have disadvantage on strength checks. So being prone and grappled is nasty. I finally figured out a way to make grapple not suck.
Wait, do I have disadvantage on my attack too?
Are you prone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, so it's gonna do it automatically?
You should
Unless
be. I
you're
put
not
prone on
using
you.
strength for your attack, because then it wouldn't be a strength.
Oh
check.
yeah, there we go. Bah, drop the 20.
But you hit!
Yeah, and I'm gonna power a smite through this because Mama said knock you out.
Absolutely legitimate use of that right now. Because
I got a-
shit would be bad.
I got 57 hit points. I'm good. It's not like I'm a metal automaton on the ground here.
That's
I'm making too many jokes. I gotta find these powers. Where are they? Divine Smite. There it is. Okay. Jeez. All right. Divine Smite. And then I just roll this damage up on him. And I'm like, see you on the other side, my friend.
Oh,
And
yes.
So-
now I'll stand up.
Jedabink, you're looking down, all right? And you see Idris's sword come straight up to that goal. He wrenches his sword sideways and it falls in 2 halves. And he stands up. And Shia sings in your mind. All right. Let me remove some conditions. Would you like me to remove some conditions? Would that be good?
Yes.
All right,
My
so-
terms and conditions have changed.
You are no longer prone. And
Pretty
you are
sure
no
there
longer,
was some kind of holy fire involved there too.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
spit hot fire.
and you are no longer grappled.
Awesome.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna move. So if you can move Ghoul 18 out of the way real quick, I'm gonna stand up and burn half my movement.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna step down into Ghoul 18 space and get away from that flaming spear of Delbert.
Okay.
So
Oh, so you're moving down around the corridor here. You're going out like this.
yeah, where Ghoul 18 is. No, I'm standing up, and then where Ghoul 18 is because he died. I'm stepping right there. Yeah.
There's a wall there. That's another hallway. All right, we all know where the light is, right? I'm going to remove the light.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
All right, just because that's getting in the way. All right,
There's another hallway. Oh, where's there a hallway?
let me show you. I'm going to open this up for you. Does that make better sense?
No,
Those
he's,
are all... See,
What did
there's
he
a
just
wall
open?
there. And
oh,
down below
he's-
here, there's some hallway.
he's moving into
No,
the
no.
square where Ghoul 18 is right now.
Yeah, I'm just going down 1 5-foot square. I'm not going into that hallway. Unless you're saying there's no wall there.
Well, you can't move into a square with an opponent.
No, that's the guy I
opponent
just
is
killed.
dead.
Yeah, that's who I killed.
Oh, okay. He's dead.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah,
got
he's
it,
dead.
got it, got it.
That's the guy who's grabbed me. So I'm going to stand
Oh,
up. That's
sorry.
15 on my movement.
Yeah,
no, it's
sorry.
no problem.
DM's got
And
it
then-
put together now. Okay.
No problem. And then I'm going to move away, and you'll get 2 attacks on me.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, but all my powers are restored. So roll them dice. Clickety, clickety, clack.
Go math rocks.
Go shiny math rocks.
Miss. And let's see. That guy also swings at you. I'm just gonna use the same dude. All right, we got a hit.
Well, you can't win the odds all the time.
Can't win if you don't play, right?
And let's see.
That is correct.
If you're paralyzed, you are not paralyzed. Take a nice chunk of damage though.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
All right, so you are out of the way.
Excellent. And then I look at Jennifer and I'm like, feel free to be player one, Queen. Step on up, my lady.
There's a flaming ball of fire. I'm not planning on standing in the flaming ball of fire.
This is a meritocracy, and we don't complain about situations. We take advantage of the terrain.
Get in there, Jennifer.
Don't abdicate your position.
Whatever you do, Jen, do it.
Is it my turn? I thought there were like 4 ghasts in front of me.
Oh, there are 4 guests in front of you. I'm sorry. Things have to change here. All right.
So, yeah, I'm not. Did I even get an actual turn? Because I was going to have a turn, and then you said, "Wait, things have delayed."
Oh, you went.
You told
Yeah,
the
you
dead.
went.
Told
and
the
made it
dead.
possible for
I'm
me to
only
get-
at. All right. We're good.
Holding.
We're just moving at sundial right now.
Well, it's hard to tell what time it is with that flaming sphere, but hell, they don't
Miss.
like the light.
Go ahead and do your damage to him, Tim.
Yep. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Miss. Do your damage to him, Tim.
That was Ghoul 16. Where's Ghoul 16? Ghoul 16's still way back, but not next to the
Oh,
spheres.
shoot. Jen should have got hit then. All right, he's delayed. I'm sorry. I've got that. For some reason, that gas is showing is still active. That's what screwed me up. All right, catapult. Fails a death save. Now it's your turn, Genevieve.
Okay. So I am going to, use my hammer on this guy that has presented himself in front of me. I feel obligated.
Some percussive maintenance.
Percussive maintenance indeed. Not the best damage, but some. And then I get to do this again, but the map
Why
moved.
does
Stop
this
moving,
map
map.
do that?
I will still hit. And I will do better damage. Enough to kill it.
Rack that gas down, Jen.
I am going to stay where I'm at despite the accusations and whatnot of Idris.
Abdicating your position of responsibility.
Proper strategy.
All right. Jen, you were hit.
I will take a shield.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that gets it to armor class 20.
Gets me to armor class 23.
Awesome, you're good. So drop shield on yourself. Tim, go ahead and cook that goal. It scorches. All right, delayed. Top of the order, Penny.
Alrighty. I will take a look in a book and put my hunter's mark on gold number 8 and shoot.
Oh,
Am I re-rolling that, or is we? No. All right.
oh yes.
And then with my second shot, I'll attack goal number 3. And that is my turn. I will move back over here.
Mm-hmm.
All hail the new tiny queen.
Yeah. Sniper in the house. Delbert, you're up.
Why does it do that? Every time the turn changes, the map jumps.
Oh, it centers on you. I can turn that off if you guys want to.
That's fine. I just didn't know why it was doing it, and I keep moving it back so I can see the whole map. So bonus action, the flaming sphere is going to get moved into ghoul number 3. Yes, I understand, Idris. It'll be okay.
I'm not afraid.
Okay, that was... Oh, he wasn't targeted. Now he's targeted. Okay, so I send the flaming sphere into the side of his head, and he just chars. And then... the one next to Idris, Ghoul 11, I do believe has some taxes to pay, being dead and all. Is he wounded already?
That one I think does, yes.
Yeah, he's got the yellow dot.
Failure. Dying. Do I get the rest of the movement on the sphere because it was only 5 feet, or how does that work? Because I know that will work that way for
What sort of
peace.
action do you have to take?
It was a bonus action to move it up to 30 feet.
But you already attacked the guy with it, so you've done your bonus.
Oh, right. Because the movement stops.
Right.
I'm good.
All right. Quickfoot's hanging out back. Idris, you're up.
By the powers of Hirsch combined, I'm going to need you to show me what's down in that room where the master lives with 120 foot of dark vision before I continue.
No problem.
Before I'm blinded by the light in front of me.
Another room down there. There's a table. You don't see anyone.
Okay. I'm going to just double check something. Okay, so that was 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to move to here. 5, 10, 15. And then I'll move to here. Actually, 20. I'll do the full thing. You can take that one AOO as a walk past you.
Okay. Miss.
All right. Sorry, that's it for me.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a DC 10 Con save at Idris.
Oh yeah, the guys. What do you want? 3 of them, right?
Yeah, just DC 10. See if you're affected by the.
Go for
You are poisoned unless you wanna. Are you out of
it. I don't know what you're talking about. I can't touch myself anymore.
You're passing through a ghoul stench. It's one you haven't encountered before.
Yeah, no, I can't lay on hands or do anything like
All
that.
right,
Fine.
so you made a save, 6 save on your throw. You're now poisoned.
Woo! Let's give these ghouls a chance.
All right. So the ghast will step out. It will hit you with its claws, missing you, and it will step back in because it's a ghast and not just a ghoul. That ghoul is attacking you from there. It will attack you and miss. Catapult fails a second death save. Jedabink, you are up.
Oh,
And
we might be on
Catapult.
version 3.
Catapult is right there for reference.
Sure. There's not a whole lot I can do with catapults, so I am going to 10, 20, 30. No, that is a Galen. That is not me. 30. I'm going to step up to here, and I am going to start whooping on things with percussive maintenance because clearly I need to retain my queenly status here. And a 2. And that is my turn.
All right.
I have redeemed points.
Okay, Jedabink. That ghoul's going to attack you. Miss.
It will try to attack me.
That's right. Penny, you're up.
All right. Um, I do not see anything down this hallway, correct, right now?
No, not right now.
All right. Moving to here, can I see the school? It doesn't look like there's a wall in between there, is there?
Yeah, that's solid wall.
Wait, where is there a solid wall?
Oh, no, there's not a wall there. You can shoot him. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm going to move into this room, my last 5 feet of movement. And I will shoot at ghoul number 9 with sharpshooter. And this is without a hunter's mark. All right, and then I'm going to put my hunter's mark as a bonus action on ghoul number 16 and shoot at him.
Ghoul number 16 does have a wall, though. So, technically there was a wall there, but I ignored it, so I'm not going to take it away from you. But the rest of these are cells. So.
Oh, okay, because it doesn't really.
Yeah, that was my error when I was running it. But you drop ghoul number 9, no problem at all.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That will be my turn.
All right. Delbert, you're up.
All right. Flaming Sphere bonus action movement. 10 thump right into gas 10.
Okay.
Okay. Took some damage. Then I will move up. That's as far as I can move, and I will target that guy. Can't get him with what I actually wanted to, but
You probably can't target either of those guys right now.
reason?
See if you can get to a corner.
The bottom right corner of my square to the upper left corner of its square.
Is there... All right, take a look. They're all in little cells. So there's wall right there. So you'd have to be able to go... Hang on, let me check it.
Let me see if I
Yeah,
can
you
draw.
can get him. You can get him. Yeah, you can get him. You can get him from... You got him. Go ahead. You're
Okay.
close enough. One square back and you can't, but that close you can target him. Go right ahead.
I see. So
Does not make his save.
Stomp.
Gets hurt
Partially
pretty
resistant.
profoundly by that thing.
Delbert has now learned that ghasts are resistant to necrotic damage. He did not know this before.
Is that your turn, sir?
That is my turn.
All right, Quickfoot's hanging out. Idris, you were up.
All right, I am going to. Oh man, I really want to go back and beat the shit out of this guy, but oh well. I'll swing on the guy in front of me in the area.
Right, can you lock it?
Yeah. Let me see. Swing. Acceptable. Acceptable. Running those odds. There you go. 11 points, even in my weakened state. Poison.
There we go.
Haven't felt this bad since I ate at the Galen household.
How rude. My mother is an excellent cook. Or rather, the cook is an excellent cook. Why my mother would ever cook, I don't know.
All right.
Very fair point. Oh, hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
This is the fight that never ends. We had more enemies, my friends.
So, yeah, it's a good time now.
You thought we wouldn't open another door, but you were so wrong because you've seen us do it before.
I'm surprised Jennabink's not still back at that forge. She just walked right past it. Didn't even study it at all for arcane science.
I can't win. You know, some of you want me to go study, and some of you want me to step up. And life is full of contradictions, and Jenna Bink is learning that she's never good enough. But for now, she is queen.
Yeah.
No, I renamed you Abdicator in Chief, and Penny is now Queen in Exile.
All right. We have a hypnotic pattern forming above you. And
There's my Delbert and Penny saves I've been waiting for.
Penny and Delbert are enraptured by it.
All right. I would like to have used inspiration.
I would also like to use inspiration.
Go ahead and roll again.
This is a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say for the record, even though I was succeeded, I wouldn't have wanted to use inspiration because I have none left.
All right, you guys all managed to break that, and he is gone. This creature steps out, and give me a second here. I got to go back and find one of the previous bad guys. Everybody can make an Arcana check when you see this creature.
Okay.
Oh, Delbert's got it. Delbert, that is a Morizi.
Okay.
And what Morizi devils do is they can cause ghouls or gas that are their allies to stand back up again. So it
Okay.
2 times experience.
reanimates fallen foes. So it looks down the corridor and it says, "Stand, brother."
Delbert realizes this, points at it, and says, "Take the devil out next."
And then it is gone.
Of course.
All right. So I will make that an identified creature for you now because
Okay.
you've identified it. The ghoul in the breastplate can just stand up and get ready to fight this turn because it got summoned. This ghast will step out in the corridor. It will swing at Jenabink, and it will hit Jenabink. Jenabink, do you want to use another shield?
Don't have any left.
And it slashes Jenabink for some damage. Steps back in here, and let's see if Jenabink is paralyzed. Jenabink, you are paralyzed unless you'd like to use an inspiration. Are you out of
I
inspiration?
have none left. I'm out.
All right, you are paralyzed.
All my pre-game predictions are coming true.
So this is your
Yet
fault.
they're not.
I believe I've already submitted my background for the competition.
Miss. Catapult stabilizes. Jenabink. I think you get to make a saving throw again this round at the end of your round.
Yeah, so con save?
Yeah, it'll be at the end of your round. Go ahead and make it.
Oh, that should be plus another 3.
6 to 3. Okay, so you make it. You're good.
Cool.
You come out of it. All right. Penny.
Okay. Penny will. Let me see something.
Well, Tad, you said the wall was gone, right? Couldn't he just walk around?
Yeah, this
out
is
the
this
door?
square right here. I didn't see the wall because we had that lighting effect up. It was a pain in the ass. So I was like, oh, they can go out that door. But all these are little 10-foot by 10-foot cells, except this one, I knocked that space out of the way because I made an error. All right, so that does not have a wall. I moved through it. You guys can move through it.
So I will move. It's very unfortunate Jenabink didn't get to move up. All right, I'm going to move up 15, 20, 25 here. And I'll put my hunter's mark on this ghast, and I'll shoot it twice with disadvantage. I will miss.
Would you
Yeah, but it was a 1.
go ahead and
Oh, yeah, I
Gotta
get to
re-roll,
reroll
yeah.
that.
Get a 20.
it's a
And a
1!
one.
It's a 1! That's right.
Oh, wait, hold on. Me.
Idris leans back, and Hirsch is like, "Are you sure?"
So it's either a 20 or 21, and with disadvantage, it's a 21, so that still hits. All right, cool. All right.
Oh,
Hold it. Who were you shooting?
The ghast.
Oh,
10.
the one right next to you? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
came up and popped him. Go ahead. He goes down.
All right, and then I'll move into his little.
To get away. That's so awesome. So you come rolling up, shoot him in the face, and step away from the flaming sphere.
Yes,
Outstanding. So
well done.
and there's a wall between me and the other guy, right?
Well done. Or, well,
that is
not.
a 10-foot by 10-foot square. You're in a little niche there. All right.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so Delbert.
All right, so bonus action. Yeah, I'm going to move it back onto the ghoul in the breastplate.
Okay.
So there's that one. So it
He does
fails
not
a
save.
save and cooks. And then because of where I am, I will move up, cast a cantrip, which should be because WWDD, what would Delbert do?
Run up and try and, because it's wearing breastplate, he's going to run up and try and shocking grasp you.
Absolutely.
All right.
This is a shocking situation for him. It's wearing a breastplate, so advantage on the attack. And I hit him. It's something. I'll take it. And then moves right back.
I can see Delbert in the prison yard, like
All
working
right.
out and converting to Elgath.
I saw that in the schoolyard. It's called the rope-a-dope.
He hits you.
Okay.
He doesn't get an attack of opportunity
Why doesn't he?
because with shocking grasp they lose their reaction.
Oh, okay,
They
cool.
do.
That's right. That's right. He does it. Okay, so he goes, I forgot that. He shakes, and he does not get an attack of opportunity. Anything else you'd like to do, Delbert?
That is as much as I can do.
Quickfoot is still hanging out. Mr. Regan, what will you be doing this fine spring morning?
I will be attempting to finish off Ghoul 16 with an amazing flourish of my blade, which does hit. And as I slice into him and do not finish him off, that's okay. I'm going to walk away because I'm know when to hold him and know when to fold him.
Mhm.
Outstanding. So he does take a little bit of a shred on you. And he misses you. You have moved to there.
Yes, I have.
This door is open. Hang on a second. Let me show you outside of the door.
And as I move down the hallway, I yell, "Come on up and test your luck!"
All right. Okay. Okay. Hypnotic pattern. Everybody makes their save,
Okay.
and he pulls back again. Okay. Reset's not working on that for some reason, so I'm just going to roll it randomly. Awesome. Choo-choo-choo-choo. You pull a gas back in here. All right, so that gas is active again, and it steps back out.
That word you used, awesome. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Every
All
time
right.
one, just remember, every time one of those comes up, 200 experience, 200 experience.
Okay, so I think there's really only one target for this guy, unfortunately.
Yep.
And this is where Jimmy regrets everything.
He hits with a 17.
Shield.
He does 14 points of damage to Delbert.
Did he hit me? I just said shield as a reaction.
Okay. Sorry, didn't hear you. All right, so you stop him with that. That's good.
Okay.
Let me give you those hit points back then, Delbert. All right. What's that get your armor class to?
That gets that's a +5 to my AC.
Right.
In the dish, so that'll bring me up to an 18.
Okay, he misses you by 1 then. He uses a demon point. No, you're fine.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I believe Catapult takes fire damage on the last turn for being in the flaming sphere.
Oh yeah, flaming. Yeah, catapult.
Actually, Catapult has failed all of his saving throws. So let's have a moment of silence for version 2 Catapult.
Version 2 catapult.
Version 3 will be upcoming.
Awesome.
Moving on to XP.
Nice. How much XP did we get for that?
That'll be a lot, right?
you
It's a level 6, right?
All right, so that ghoul will. All right, so this ghoul's going to run down the hallway and go after Idris because Idris is challenging the master. And Idris is, of course, missed because he has a protection from pain in the ass up.
Step back,
Catapult
son.
is an exciting action pose in the corner. Jettabink.
Shit.
Now that hallway's not in the way right there, right? That door, that wall's not a wall, so.
Nah, that's not what I'm having a problem with. I can't smack something from Dilbert's space, so there's really not a whole lot I can do for him. I'm gonna step forward. I'm gonna hit best. Because that is unhappy.
Whack. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. You may be sickened.
Uh,
You are not sickened.
cool.
Because gnomes are tough.
Well, yeah, Artificer Gnomes are even tougher.
Yes.
And then I will hit it again.
Yes, you will.
Indeed. And I will do that much damage.
All right, you tear it up.
And I'm actually going to move to there, so not out of its AOO range, I think.
You're good.
Okay. Yeah. And I'm done.
This is my weekly one shot at hitting Penny.
Make it a good one.
Yep, always exciting when I actually get hand-to-hand roll at Penny. 20! That would be a good one. Penny only takes 13 points of damage, though, and we will
that's
see
the most
if,
damage ever.
we will see if
I think
Penny
so.
we will see if Penny misses her saving throw. Penny, however, is not paralyzed. All right, so
And I keep my hunter's mark.
yes, you do keep your hunter's mark. Okay, Penny, I realize this school is about to be profoundly punished for its audacity. Would this be correct?
Well, hopefully. That's all going to be a disadvantage.
So, Folks on the
Unless-
stream, I normally don't celebrate beating on my player characters, but Penny never gets hit. Is never exposed to melee damage. So when that happens,
That's
I'm
a
so
bold
excited.
face.
I mean, this has only happened ever since the Queen took over. I'm just saying.
So I have a question for you then.
Yes.
Where's this light source coming from?
There is, let's see, the flaming sphere is right there, and there is a continual flame back in this room on another lantern. So
There's walls in between, right?
yeah, you got it coming from both directions. You're not going to be in shadow here.
Okay. Like through the walls, even?
I don't know. How does it? I'm trying to think. I'm actually doing the math in my head for what it's like when you have two different light sources coming from each direction, in terms of what the effect is.
What is it? 20 feet dim, and then does it go another 10 after that?
Yeah,
Or
what's
just-
the range on the flaming sphere? That's going to be the other thing. That's like a torch, right?
it-
You're okay.
Well, the flaming sphere itself doesn't say anything about.
Yeah, it doesn't
Light.
produce illumination. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead then. You're going to be fine because it's only coming from one direction.
Okay. All right. I will put my hunter's mark on that guy then, and these will be straight rolls then on him.
We do actually have some firelight here, so I'm going to change the mood illumination a little bit.
It does shed light in a 20-foot radius, and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Okay. He's not there anymore. And then, oh my God, something's attacking Delbert.
Or of his life.
Well, something's going to continue attacking Delbert. Then I'll move to here. That's my turn.
Okay.
All right. Quick foot,
What?
Idris.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Get Delbert.
Sorry, Tim.
Thanks. All right, so it's right here in my face. It's still wearing a breastplate.
It is still wearing a
What would
breastplate.
Delbert do?
You are doing Delbert proud, I do have to say.
Wrong one. Do you believe that's a hit? What just happened to the map?
I'm syncing this to client view so everybody out in the stream can see the full map. That's what's going on.
Okay.
So, and you can
You
run
are
away.
not stroking out.
Yes, I can, because now he lost his reaction. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to move back and into a side room. And the bonus action that I haven't taken yet is to take the flaming sphere and smack the ghoul in the breastplate with it.
Outstanding. Do so.
Where did? Ah, there it is.
He fails. He takes full damage. 4 points.
Something.
All right. Quickfoot, who's going to stay where he is, out of the way. And then Idris.
All right, I'm tired of being sick because this is just some bullshit. So I'm going to use my channel divinity. I'm going to throw my. No, I'm not.
You're not poisoned right now.
I should be, right? From the what do you call it?
I don't know. What do you call it? What are you trying to do?
When I failed that save from the gas, it was poison.
Yeah, you're
right?
sickened.
Sickened. Oh, my bad. Sorry. Yeah, and that gives me disadvantage when I attack, right?
It looks like it's gone though. Like whatever the duration was, it's
Oh.
over.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, well, damn. Do I
Yeah,
really want to kill
you
it?
get to roll a saving throw against it every turn, and it's automatic, so it may oppose
Oh, I got you. Okay, I thought it was. I thought when you said it was poison. Okay, then I'll just swing on this dude behind me. I'm tired of friggin' this dude stepping up, and I'm just gonna like cut him off at the knees and be like, "Yo, salvation is not for you." And then 5, 10, 15, stepping out into the hallway.
All right. So exciting things happen in rapid succession. All right. So we're going to open up the entire hallway so you can see it.
Boom, that's usually how we get a new leader.
All right. And there is a creature waiting to take attacks at you.
Mm-hmm.
You saved me so much work on the next turn, Ted, by being there.
So first it bites you.
First, it tries to bite him. Okay.
22.
Yeah, have fun with that.
And it hammers you pretty hard, but you managed to make your saving throw. And then it tries to shred you with its claws.
Stop hitting
And
yourself.
you are missed. All right, Idris, continue your turn.
Thank you. And for shits and giggles, now that you've shown up in front of me, now I'm going to use my bonus action to throw beginner's luck on myself through my channel divinity feat, and I'm going to throw it on Happy Time Fiend Man here. Goodbye, channel divinity. And I'm like, let's roll some dice.
You call on the power of Hirsch to alter the circumstances in your favor. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah, I'm slightly leaning on the table a little here.
All right. Well, the first thing that happens to you is you take
All requests must be submitted in writing.
yeah, that's what he's going to do. We're just going to do this straight up. We know it works, not screwing around. You take one magic missile. You take a second magic missile. You take a third magic missile. And this thing falls back down the hallway.
Of course it does.
The demon, on its turn, bites at you and misses. And then it claws at you and hits, but I dropped a 20.
Because that's how we roll.
You hang on to your spell, take a pretty solid hit, and we'll see if you're paralyzed.
Oh.
Would you, do you have anything left?
No, because I spent all my chips.
You are now paralyzed. Ghoul press plate. Charges forward on Jenabink. And it attacks. It rakes at you with its claws. And misses. The last ghoul goes back after Penny. And will attack Penny. And miss.
That ghoul's dead.
Jenabink, you're up.
That ghoul that just attacked me is dead, Dad.
Oh, that ghoul's dead? Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. He did hack it down. But I wanted to attack you so bad. All right.
Sure.
And I got to see if the Marizi's ability reset. It did not. All right, Jenabink, what you got?
I'm actually going to I am going to pull out my all-purpose tool, concentrate on it for an action, and otherwise stay where I'm at.
Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, because you can't ready a move, can you?
You have to ready your turn.
You have to ready your action. Yeah.
Yeah.
I used my action on my tool, so
Okay.
I'm standing where I'm standing so that Penny doesn't get hit more.
Jen, I want you to diagram that sentence, and I'm going to move to the next person in the marching order or in the round. Penny, you're up.
All right. I'm going to target that ghoul with my hunter's mark and shoot at it twice. That'll be a hit for that. actually, that should have been with. All right, I'll attack it again. It also hits. And let me put this on myself.
All right. It's not looking good. You've torn it up.
Okay.
Quickfoot Tangan.
You skipped Delbert again.
Oh, Delbert, sorry. Why am I doing that? Go ahead,
I
Delbert.
don't know because you
Yeah,
seem
it's
to
almost
be
like-
triggering me and Quickfoot at the same
So-
time.
Yeah, I think it's just bopping right down on me. Go ahead. You're up, man.
All right.
You know what it is? Penny, do you advance yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I try to be a good player and do my.
Yeah, you are.
job.
Okay, cool. So when you advance, then I advance at Skip and Delbert. Timbo, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try my stuff first. I can't really get to him to shocking grasp him. So I'll move to here. And that was for that. Oh, it does the save when you click cast as well as when you click save. Got it. So that much damage.
All right.
And then, yep,
Hit him.
thump. Thump. There we go.
He fails to save.
Takes
A
another
little bit more fire damage. All right. Then Quickfoot. Then Idris.
We'll continue.
Cool.
my-
Is there a roll for the paralyze at the end of the turn?
Let me check on that. Peril, that might be evil from that guy. Yep, you repeated at the end of your turn. Go ahead.
Cool. Advance me to the showcase showdown. What kind of save is it? It's a con. What is it? A con save? Yeah, it's Constitution saving throw. Okay. Boom.
You break the effect.
Nice.
Cool.
Oh,
And like Matumbe Akumbo, no. Ah, son of a bitch is coming back with those magic missiles.
hit. Hit. Did you just go down?
Yeah, bring me my 6 touch of evil.
Unfortunately, you're going to take another saving throw here. All right. Because he has to unload the full spell on you. So
Well, they happen all at once, not
Yeah.
individual. Yeah, so isn't
Yeah,
it just
so-
one hit? Yeah.
you're good. Fix that if you need to. And then it drops back around the corner. Actually, it sees it fall, so it'll stay there. All right.
Uh-oh.
Do I feel the disturbance in the force that Idris has fallen?
Go ahead and give me a perception check to see if you hear the sound of a whole bunch of silverware being slammed into the ground.
You know because you hear my coin purse.
That's awesome. All right. Okay.
Okay. Jimmy, like I said, I'm sorry if this happens. Okay, shield on that one.
Shield. All right, you have a
So
shield
that
up.
brings my AC to an 18.
All right, very good. Second attack. Hits.
And that one,
Yeah, your shield still it takes your AC to 18, but that
right?
one's,
I know that one's going to hit, and it wasn't enough to help me with it. Does he have a third?
Would you like to use a hero point?
I would absolutely like to use a hero point. So if I can find them on this sheet.
Just drop a d6. All right, you were not paralyzed.
Okay.
And I have to see if its raised ghoul ability resets. It does not. The ghoul in breastplate is attacking Jettabink. It misses. Tim, go ahead and make your fire attack damage to it.
Yep. I'm going to put my effect on me for that because it's still up. And then, okay, he is still targeted. So I use that guy on him. He fails. A little more.
All right. He can't do anything else. All right. He's going to stay on Jettabink. Catapult's dead. Jettabink.
Penny, I need you to take care of this guy for me. I am moving up to to Idris, and I am pulling out my all-purpose tool, and I am Sean was it Nicolas Cage or Sean Connery, but the guy from The Rock that does the adrenaline thing into Idris to spare the dying.
Oh, I thought you were going to do the scene from, what do you call it?
Pulp Fiction.
Tarantino. Yeah, Pulp
Not
Fiction.
Pulp Fiction to the heart.
You got to get through the breastplate.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, Jettabink, that gets you inspiration even though we're in combat. That was fantastic. So, all right, so you're treating it like an adrenaline stick straight to the heart muscle, right?
That's what I see Spare the Dying as being for an artificer, absolutely.
Oh, all right, fantastic. And you do take a because you're using an action.
Yes, that's true.
So this could be interrupted.
It's possible.
No, I rolled a 1.
No. Fantastic.
Hurts
Yeah, so
smiles
I moved to there, adrenaline stick to Idris to prevent him from dying.
Excellent. All right. Folks, we are about 15 minutes over our normal time. I'm going to suggest that this is an outstanding place to stop until next week.
Quick question.
No.
Is there healing involved in that?
No, it's Spare the Dying.
I got you.
stable.
Cool.
Yeah.
So healing may happen soon as long as the demon or the devil doesn't tear you apart.
I'm sure Delbert and his dagger have got this under control.
Oh, it's fine. It's totally fine.
So did Idris say to the DM, I got 56 hit points, I'm not worried about it? Did he actually say that to the DM?
I did say that. I did say that. And you know why I don't worry about him? Because I got 3 other people here. I'm good.
All right. So
You can't live your life in fear like Catapult.
Catapult has no fear. That's why he keeps dying, and he is now in version 3.
You trying to say Catapult's a fraidy cat?
that's
Man,
it.
I was getting ready to
No,
turn
that would
on
be quick
all the
foot.
powers and go to town on that dude with my 3 hit points.
Well, folks, good session. All right. Tough fight, tough series of fights, but here you are. You are face to face with, you know how those ghouls just kept coming back again and again and again?
Mm-hmm.
Now we know, right? So you found the source of that. And we'll do a little bit more investigation and we'll resolve all of this next week. So let's, real quickly just run through, give everybody a chance to talk about what they're thinking, what their experience is for the day. Tim, we'll start with you.
Oh man, I had a good time.
You did a great job too.
I tried to embrace the spirit of Delbert and be like, you know what? I'm just going to walk up to this thing and it does not matter.
I will confirm that Tim was playing in an un-Tim-like manner.
Yes.
Also,
This time it didn't have a cork in it.
well, I discovered the power of 5th edition's Flaming Sphere. That is a great spell.
It is.
Absolutely great.
Especially
spell.
when the bad guys are all packed in close quarters like this.
Right. But yeah, it's a heck of a fight. And also, so minor spoiler, and I did take this and put it in the back of my brain and left it alone. But as the sounding board of doom, I remember having a conversation with Tad about this particular fight design. Didn't know when it was coming. So it was real interesting to be thrown in this as a player and also have had a hand in designing it.
Yeah,
So,
and you didn't meta at all.
So
Awesome.
yeah.
Jenabink, what's the design going to be on 3.0?
I mean, the design's still going to hopefully be flame, unless we can come up with some other stuff. But I'm going to I actually was looking at the Artificer progression, and he never gets better AC, which is somewhat disappointing. But I also I put him in a bad situation. It was just a bad situation. I probably should have just kept him next to me. That's my own stupid fault.
You know how you get a better AC? Install a shield module.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Shields.
That's possible, but I'd have to, to be fair, I would have to wait for a level up on that, I think, but we're only 2,000 experience away.
Oh, you're going to level after this. Don't worry.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
So it's very possible that Catapult's going to get an upgrade. I just, Tad and I will have to talk through how that's possible. But regardless, I'm very happy that I slept with my all-purpose tool. I'm completely drained of anything but smacking things with a hammer otherwise. But I feel happy that I held off on setting my cantrip for the day until I saw Idris or heard Idris go down.
I thought that was pretty heroic and pretty awesome, and it's an example of how Jenabink is with these people, right? Jenabink will make sacrifices to protect the people she cares about. And, it was just, the gas might have, that gas might have torn you up and knocked you down and paralyzed you. So it was really interesting to see that. I'm the
queen. I care about my subjects.
That's right. You were just saving a drone. I get it. So, Penny!
Hashtag yes, queen.
So,
I mean, to go back, this is from Matt, not Penny, but to go back to the leveling thing, I mean, it's going to be a lot easier to hit that benchmark too when we only split the experience 3 ways.
Oh, you will not like the next character that comes along.
Oh, hold it. Idris is the chosen of Hirsch. You don't think you guys are going to get rid of him that easy?
Hell no, I'm going to sell out and go to the egg, bro. I'm coming back.
I mean,
I think the way you were supposed to say that, Tad, is you don't think we could get that lucky.
So, I kind of see Hirsch. If Idris comes back into Hirsch's version of Valhalla, I can see Hirsch going, all right, we're sending this one back in. Come on, baby.
No 72 virgins yet.
So, I don't know. Penny's just waiting for when this is going to actually get challenging for us to be in desperate situation. Because when that happens, she might have to bring out the real guns. Start going hard on people.
I don't know, man. You got hit today.
Yeah, it was a fluke.
Still might next week.
I was waiting for that also to be blamed on me.
No. That's fine. No, but Penny, looking at the situation, if it does get substantially worse, she cares a lot about all these people, but she'll probably have no qualms leaving them all to die if necessary. It would be unfortunate. She's built a bond, but if she needs to leave them all here,
She needs to get the key off Delbert.
she can do that later. I think she'll find Delbert walking around later.
Absolutely evil, but pure Penny. I have to agree. So, Mr. Regan, let's talk about it today from Idris's perspective, PJ.
Hey, we have a heart rhythm again. Thanks to me, we have a heart rhythm.
Oh,
But
man.
you still have to go through the whole egg thing.
Yeah, that's touch.
It's okay. It's okay. I can bring him back. I've got shocking grasp, and he's wearing metal armor. It's gonna be great. Boom.
Yeah, failing that save was sad because I was getting ready to I was reading through all my abilities and I'm like, doesn't require concentration. Doesn't require concentration. I'm like, I'm gonna stack the shit out of this and then go to town, and then all of a sudden one constant on the con save, and I was like, this is gonna get interesting. But he made the save, and then when you came around the corner, and I was like, oh, here come those goddamn magic missiles. And I looked up at my health and I was like, oh shit, when did I get to 53? So I took my eye off the hit points. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I liked the whole flaming sphere thing. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And hey, you tanked. You did exactly what you
did.
do. You know, and it was a couple things. I mean, Idris just keeps going. He pursues the enemy because he's convinced that Hirsch is going to protect him. And as you continually point out, I didn't die.
Not
It
yet.
worked.
Yeah. Look, I'm Captain Kirk. Delbert is Spock. Jenabink is Bones, and Penny is like the ship, just shooting everything, you know. And like, what did William Shatner say? Hey, as long as you guys are here, I'm not worried about dying. He only died when he went out of the Nexus with Picard, and I'm not dumb enough to do that yet.
So, all right. Well, I guess we won't raid anybody today, but really, really good time. We will be here next week, same time, same bat channel, doing what we always do. And good job today, folks. Really, really tough and challenging fight, but we'll see how it resolves. We'll see how it resolves. Things are still on a pretty ragged edge. The opponents you've got left are tough opponents.
Mhm.
So
it's
we'll
going to be
see how-
fun watching everybody who wasn't here this week show up next week and be like, what the hell just happened?
So I'm going to very strongly suggest to Jimmy that he watches this session. So
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he needs
absolutely
to.
suggest he watches this session. And I mean, Timbo, bravo, excellent
Yeah.
job running.
No, you did a
Delbert.
good job, dear.
Yeah, I mean, you ran the spells well, and you were true to his character. So, folks, thank you all so much for coming to watch Dungeons & Castle Blackmoor today. I want to say, like I always say to all of you, Uther once and always. And we appreciate you taking time to spend time with us today and enjoy the game. And we'll see you all.
Uther once and always, and happy 50th anniversary to Blackmoor too.
Woo.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, everybody. We'll catch you next week.
Or dagger.